What's going on, everyone? I am Hollywood Rob TV, and I'm joined here by my esteemed co-host, my guy, Brian F., the leader of none other than the Dumpster. And you know something that was not trash at all? It was the complete opposite. It was almost like it was a part of the entourage or something like that. CPT Asia East won. That was amazing. NL did his thing. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to get into all of that. But before we get there, I do want to make sure I give a big shout out to Team No Motion and Nanai over there in Japan, and all of the viewers over there showing us love. It's always greatly appreciated. Actually, Nihongo wo benkyoshimasu. So hopefully over the next 6 months to a year, I'll actually be fluent enough to the point where I can go over there with No Motion and Nana myself and have some type of cool conversations, and we can all talk about how Balrog needs to be nerfed. But one player that clearly, not one player, one character that a lot of people are saying needs to be nerfed, and we're not going to get into the details about the character because we've already rehashed all of that, but another Cammy player. Who was it, Brian? Another Cammy player I think is in Capcom Cup.
Yeah, let's forget about the character for a second, because I know that's what everyone wants to attribute the win to, but let's first give props to my guy, NL. And I mean, he has been cooking for the longest time throughout Street Fighter V's life cycle, right? He's been to Capcom Cup. I believe this is going to be his 3rd time qualifying. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but he's done work at Capcom Cup before. He's won plenty of tournaments, plenty of CPT events before, and he just came out stronger than the competition this time. I mean, if I was to sum it up, he was just mechanically superior to everyone else. And we had other Cammies in the top 8 also. We had, you know, Gamer B was there doing his thing, repping it for the old heads in the FGC, still cooking in his 40s. And but when we saw that first top 8 match between Gamer B and NL, I think you could see just the difference. I mean, the way NL moves Cammy, he's a machine. Like, I really feel like when I look at NL, I'm seeing like shades of Idom. Maybe that's a weird comparison to make, but I feel like these two players are machines. The way he structures his block strings, the hit confirms from it, the pressure, the movement, it's not that like walk back and forth, I'm kind of slowly take up space and bait you to whiff something here. It's very much, I'm going to dash at this range after this stream because I know if you try to interrupt with anything, your button's going to whiff, and I'm going to dash in the recovery. I'm going to do this string in this sequence because at any point if you touch a button, I'm going to hit confirm to a drill knockdown. Like, he does all these like large motion sequences.
He does.
Very precise.
Bro, he'll even add in a big double dash or something like that sometimes. Oh, yeah. Bro. Like, and it's funny that you said robotic, because I swear I thought the exact same thing, the exact same wording. When I watch him play, he leaves nothing on the table. If you look at the Gamer B versus NL match, which you alluded to there, I think you can see the crux of why NL won this tournament. And it also goes into the whole people trying too much to put everything on the character thing. Right there with NL versus Gamer B, we saw literally a Cammy mirror match, for better or worse. But with that being the case, what I noticed is that there's something where I'm from called finish your food. If someone just like cross someone over on a court or anything like that, you're gonna hear one of the OGs yell out, "Finish your food!" You know what I mean? You don't leave nothing on the plate. And with that being the case, NL, he's a player that didn't do that at all. Every single time there was any damage out there, there was never just those little moments that you see, even in the highest levels, you'll see someone just drop this little confirm here, drop this little confirm there. NL never did it. If you gave him anything, it was almost like extra battle, I think, to get like the cool costumes.
Oh, like the souped up version of Cammy. He's not even regular Cammy. He's like the final boss. Shin Cammy out here. I mean, you're right.
As soon as you do something,
he's the most optimal Cammy out of them all. I mean, we talk about different kind of Cammy styles. We talk about like CJ Truth with anti-airs. NL definitely gets every single frame trap, every string, every button press feels so optimized. That's why I mentioned like the confirms. Like his frame traps, either you get hit by the frame traps or the meaty lands, he gets the combo conversion, or you press a button on the fourth medium in the frame trap and then he single hit confirms that button to the knockdown. And then if he gets a counter hit from like a far medium punch, like really spaced out, he'll link that to the standing medium kick. You know what I'm saying? Like every little tiny hit he lands, he converts that, and in surprising ways. Like I didn't really know about that conversion. He'll just do like 5 buttons, one more medium. Oh, counter hit. Let me get that extra little 90 damage there. Like he just leaves nothing on the table.
And then as far as like, you know, we're talking about the technical aspect. Another thing I noticed, and it's kind of actually no, it does fit. I guess it does kind of fit with the whole robot thing. He reminded me a bit of the Terminator. Like he had a goal, and as far as winning this tournament, and the way he went about it, it never came off as if he was trying not to lose. He was going to win. He was not trying to win. He went in there as if he knew he was supposed to win and he was coming to do it. He reminded me of John Wick or something like that, bro. Like literally just straight killer instinct. And there's the moments where I've seen this is stuff like his match versus even against Infiltration, who Infiltration put up an amazing fight up against him. Infiltration had an amazing run itself. In general, he was not, when you see someone playing like that, when you see somebody executing their craft in that way in general, and whatever it is that they're doing, you can tell. It reminds me of R.I.P. Kobe, you know, Michael Jordan, people, players like that. When they're in those moments, they are just completely locked in. They don't care what the crowd is saying. They don't care about what the news article is gonna say. They don't care about any of that. That guy was playing his game, and he came in there to win, and there's no surprise that he did.
100% efficiency. That's how I would describe it. Like every single movement he makes is so efficient, and that's been like a hallmark of his playstyle for I think a very long time. And I think sometimes that can cost you, because that's what we see other high-level players. They sometimes slow down. They take their time in the neutral. NL is patient when he needs to be, but he also knows how to make the most of every single movement, and the rate he plays at is, I think, one of the fastest players that we've seen qualify for Capcom
I agree.
Cup. We have seen, this is the third Cammy, let's be real. There is a lot of Cammys in Capcom Cup right now, but the pacing that he plays at, I mean, Mago's kind of close. I think Mago does have a very high intensity with his pressure, but NL, I'm telling you, he is moving. And the only player we saw really slow him down was, like you mentioned, Infiltration, which I think we should mention. NL was...
what do you think about his run in general, too?
I mean, it was impressive, right? He went to losers early in top 8, losing to Shabao. I kind of just wanted to give a shout out to all the players, because NL swept the competition, right? So in 7th place, we had Minute Maid Orange with a Karen Cammy pick, RB there coming out with that surprise Dan pick. I think that's one of the highlights for people was
the Infinite, bro. The Dampenit. Yeah, the Dampenit was sick.
Yeah, the Dampenit kind of came out swinging. Shout outs to those two for putting on a great performance. And then in 5th place, Oil King and Gamer P. Gamer B was falling to NL with that 3-0 we saw. I mean, he was victim to NL's run, man. NL was a freight train that could not be stopped. And then also in 4th place, Hot Dog 29 with the best Bison. The best Bison? Maybe. Debatable.
Whoa. Hey, Brian, what are you doing here? What are you doing
here?
I don't think you brought this up. Okay. Shout out Problem X.
Shout out Problem X, for sure. Xiaobao, who I think was kind of the low-key like dark horse of the bracket. Xiaobao got to to winners finals by putting Infiltration in losers early, which I think was the upset. But Xiao Bao has always kind of been one of those international players that I don't think many people at home in like the Western scene might not know too much about, but he's always been right on that cusp. He's got like a few 9th place Evo finishes, always done well in the CPT events in Asia. And you know, he was rocking some Lucia, which we don't see too much at this level. Went back to a bit of Vega for the top 8 as well, which he was a long time main of, and I believe in Nikali as well. He's kind of been hopping around. You know, Vega wasn't really cutting it for a while. So shout out to Xiao Bao for pulling that 3rd place, and then Infiltration 2nd with a ton of surprise picks, but I don't think his gameplay was surprising at all. That's signature Infiltration gameplay. And now, like we mentioned, just kind of steamrolling until he ran into Infiltration in the grand finals, that first set where finally someone made him look human for a little bit, right?
Yeah, dude, like Infiltration's playstyle, bro, like seeing the way he's using that, I just always harken back to Justin Wong. Just the fact that he plays his own style, even as far as the characters he chooses and everything. Infiltration, we saw Ed, we saw Yuri, we saw Fang. Fang was just completely out of left field.
Infiltration has done the surprise pick for a long time. I think he's always kind of lived in that make the players uncomfortable zone. That's his playstyle, right? Just constantly moving across the screen, constantly moving in and out of ranges, mixing you up. You never know what to look for, and he's always represented that in both his playstyle and the meta, because he's always had surprise picks. So he's done for a long time. So the Fang pick, it's like out of left field, but also makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, so Infiltration style overall was amazing. Like you brought up his movement and everything. He just seems so annoying to fight against. One person that clearly did not mind playing him at all was Enel, who was able to close it out. Now it did end up being reset, and we actually saw Enel go to the Ryu, which at that point I'm like, man, he just feels like he has to try something, because in my opinion, what the big change was, at the beginning, Infiltration was able to control the neutral with that super annoying. People forget that certain characters have annoying stuff just because the character isn't considered top tier. Ed's Kara hands, bro, is
annoying.
the most, oh my,
you feel
it doesn't
stupid.
even do a
you
lot.
feel stupid every time you get hit by it. I mean, that's by design, right?
It doesn't even do a lot of damage.
It lunges forward. It's at an awkward distance on block. It's -2, so you can't really, you got to be careful when you take your turn back, right? Because it's spaced out. So depending on what range it started up on and how the interaction occurred, you're not really sure, like, hey, what button do I press here to ensure I get my turn back? Which is why you see stuff like hands to hands, and that hands to hands leads into a super. And so you can see NL was super uncomfortable, because NL actually won the first game of that set and then lost 3-0. Right? So Infiltration got the download after that first game and then ran the rest. I mean, he beat his Cammy twice after that, and then he tried the Ryu, and NL's Ryu is one of the best.
It's amazing.
But it did not work in that game. It was a blowout. Ed V-Skill 2 was just nullifying the entire Fireball game. I mean, he didn't have a chance to get started. But I've seen his Ryu do a lot of work. We've seen him doing some sets with Daigo on stream with the new V-Shift patch, and doing work with that, but it was just not working. So I think NL just had to be like, wait, my freight train is actually being stopped for once, and it had to actually take the reset and mentally reset.
Yeah, like his mental fortitude was so strong. It's the common theme that we talk about throughout his entire run. And you gotta think, bro, you get reset in a spot like that against an all-time great player, no less. And you know, you gotta imagine you're this close to winning. You're this close to making it into Capcom Cup. And Nell knew that this was his chance, so that he didn't have to wait all that long. And he stepped up to the plate. And one thing that is not that far off is Red Bull Kumite, Brian Neff. We finally got us some offline Street Fighter 5, bro. It's about to be crazy right now, man. How are you feeling about everything?
Goodness.
I got a lot to say about this one.
It's already sick. Like, one of my favorite things about having these kind of actual international gatherings of players is even before the tournament begins, we see the cross-pollination of the talent and everyone playing each other. I mean, people are running. They're apparently in the world's greatest hotel with the world's best internet, because I think they're all self-quarantining right now, you know, taking it safe with COVID. But they're all playing each other online, and we're seeing like Idom versus Tokido, Punk versus Bonchan. We're seeing some of the best, like those dream matches that you think about. They're actually running all these sets, and so I love just like the hype build up before the event even begins. It's some of my favorite. But on top of that, you know that Red Bull Kumite is like the sickest event. Every single time one of these goes down, they have the craziest production, the most stacked talent pool, and it's not just like a straight pick of like going down the list of top 16 players in the world. They know how to put on a show because they give you those surprise picks. I mean, if you look at some of the players they have here, of course we have some of the staples. We got the Tokido, we got the Punks, we got the Items, the Problem X, but we got Vega Patch, right? One of the best Fong players in the world. They always like to throw like a monkey wrench in the bracket. You know, he's not necessarily top 16 talents in the world, but he's one of the best representatives with an underrepresented character who can definitely cause some trouble. We got Lord Smuggles in there, Hurricane, which I'm super happy to see that he was invited.
Whoa! I don't like how you just. I don't like how you. No, I just don't like how you just skipped over Lord Smug. We got Lord Smuggles in there. Put some respect on my man's flat top. Smug, don't worry, I got you, bro. See, that's the problem right now. I mean, I'm pretty sure that Smug, he might admit that Balrog is OP this season. So that's why you're trying to just skip over.
But he's a G main. But he's a G main.
I don't know if Smug said that. I feel like I might remember him saying that, but I don't want to put words in his mouth. But he just comes off as someone who might admit that, bro. And I'm pretty sure he is a Balrog.
You know I'm looking forward to. So I'm one of Smuggle's biggest fanboys. But what all I'm saying is I'm trying to give the newcomer some shine here. That's all I'm trying to do.
Okay, respect.
Smug is an RBK staple at this point. I mean, he's had some of the most iconic sets at that event. And so that said, I'm just excited that they have a good mix of people that you don't. That's what it's all about with Red Bull. It's not just like pure competition. It's about making a good show. And I don't know what the event's going to look like this year, but I love the theme that they have where when you lose your set, you take your key to unlock your lock on the chest that holds the trophy. So each person goes down, has to unlock the chest one by one until the winner takes the final key to claim the prize.
Could you imagine how salty? Could you imagine how salty you would feel, bro? So I could only imagine how that feels, bro, sitting there looking at the trophy. But look, bro, you didn't show love to the players and all that, but I want to get back to what you brought up in the first place. And of course, big shout out to Red Bull for bringing all these players together. Bro, I feel like we have kind of taken some stuff for granted, or at least I have. Like international competition. It felt so special. Like you said, there was a lot of amazing sets, but the one that I want to zero in on the most right now, bro, IDOM versus Tokido, man. We were able to see America's finest, Japan's finest clash, and we're just used to being able to see that at all times. That set, that first to 10, I don't mean it. Hey, look, spoiler alert, but IDOM was able to take that set. They should know by now. Yeah, if you tapped in, if you plugged in, it was 10-7 IDOM, but it was like 4-4, 5-5, 7-7. It was right there neck and neck. And what surprised me, Brian, was at the end of the set, IDOM says, "Oh my goodness," something, I'm paraphrasing, but he said something along the lines of like, "Man, like even though there was no stakes on it, like financially, he's like, I feel like my pride was on the line." Aren't you? Isn't that weird to hear? That's crazy to hear
I didn't
him
catch
say,
that.
right?
No, like
he said
IDOM he doesn't usually show emotions like that. The only time I hear emotions from IDOM is if Abigail's on the screen. That's the only time you get any kind of human element out of it.
Or a Diamond Akuma maybe if he's on a 100-game win streak.
Right. That's about it. You got to pick Abigail to get something out of him. So hear him say that his pride is on the line. I mean, some players, every set, it's like that. You know what I'm saying? Like some players, I mean, I'm one of those players, to be quite honest. If I'm playing, I'm taking it seriously. Like my pride, for better or worse, is on the line. For IDOM to say that actually means something. And I think what's different now is, you know, you're saying we used to always get that. I don't even think we always used to get that, because I think the CPT schedule, normally people are so focused in on the tournament and the fact that they have to qualify for Capcom Cup. We don't really see these sets stream like that, you know, just by the environment. They're in their hotel rooms. They might play privately a little bit. There might be some mixed match of different scenes, but it's not like we see these things streamed and like events put on. I think the fact that we've been so secluded in our regions for so long that it really builds up this hype and these kind of moments where we just want to come together and we want to see the best play. But now that we have, like, everyone's been in their own region for so long, you know, we have Europe and like, oh, Salt Mine League is better than NLBC, right? Oh, NLBC is better than Wednesday night fights, like East Coast versus West Coast. We have regional rivalries.
We're all kind of like dogs.
Dogs on a leash.
Like dogs on a leash right now.
Dogs on a leash. So that tension has been building for so long, and we're finally starting to see it come together. And that's what's so beautiful after all these like online events. Where they've been. I've loved the fact that the community has come together to have all these online events for their regions. But that means these regions are hyping each other up, and now Red Bull Kumite is here and said, okay, who's the best? We got like half of Europe is in there. We got a bunch of American representatives, a bunch of people from Japan. So we got some international killers in the house, and I'm just ready to see the show at this point. I mean, it's been a long time coming.
It's on the 23rd. I think that as far as my favorites going in, man, I'm not gonna lie. If I gotta pick a #1 favorite, let's do this. Let's do a favorite and a sleeper pick. And I'm interested in reading everyone else's favorites and sleeper picks for this too.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, you know what? My sleeper pick is gonna go ahead and be Hurricane, man. Shout out to my guy Hurricane. He's been killing it for a long time with the Cammy. But I think this past year during quarantine, he's been doing his thing over there. I'm not trying to say he's the favorite, but that's my sleeper right there. He gets a lot of hate because he is a bit of a Cammy down player, and we do not respect that. Brian, I know that you're on that list of Cammy down players that Broski put you on, rightfully so. But that's my sleeper. But my pick to win it all, bro, is Adam. I think that Adam he's underrated. This could sound so crazy to people, bro. Idom is underrated to me. I think that after Capcom Cup happened, usually you can see, does this person who won Capcom Cup continue to kill it, or do they fall off? And you know, you make your judgments. Is this person really the best in the world? Where are they really at, right? Going into Capcom Cup, also, this is another big thing, bro. People did not expect Mina to win Capcom Cup. Right. I'm not saying Mina didn't expect it, but I remember that. That was not a thing.
No.
People did not expect Adam to win Capcom Cup. If anything, bro, people expected Adam to lose
first round
because he had Fujimura.
Listen, did you see the way that set went down? Wasn't he down 0-2?
It was 0-2.
Yeah.
Bro, he beat like 3 people from 0-2.
And Fujimura like smoked him at, was it CEO or Evo, right? He already got smoked once, right? I think it was 3-1 at Evo top 8. So, I mean, that's a little harsh to say smoked, but it wasn't close. You would not call that a close. It was dominant. And I remember,
we thought he was done.
I thought it was. I told him personally after the last tournament before Capcom Cup, I was talking to 801 Strider and Idom at the airport.
What you about to say, man?
I was literally there at the airport talking to 801 Strider and Idom about their past. And I was like, oh yeah, Strider, you got a good route. You know, you're gonna do good. Oh, Idom, who do you have? Oh, you're gonna do good too. Oh wait, Fujimura. Oh, you're done. That was the last. That was the last encouragement word.
That's why he be cooking your ball wrong like that, because you disrespected him like that.
Well, that was the power up he needed to win the whole tournament, and I agree, he's underrated. I think Idom beats everybody the first time. That's kind of why I don't think anyone understands what's going on until they play him. No, there's no other Laura on the planet even close, and then also his poison is just.
I think his poison is the best. I think his poison is the best, bro. Right. And Fudos is right there, but I think his poison is the best too.
I was just gonna say, no one's prepared. I feel like I like Idom against every person on the planet, and like a 1-2, 1-3, first time they meet in a bracket.
Yeah, bro. So he's also your pick too. You think he's gonna win too? Well, if you had to, pick
I would say the thing is, my pick is kind of Tokido. The three favorites, right? Tokido, Punk, Idom. Those are like the guys I'm looking at to win, right? I mean, that's like the boring answer to me. I think Idom is underrated to a lot of people. I think me and you kind of know firsthand. And I've seen the result. If you just look at the matchups that he wins, his win percentage is high. He just hasn't had many tournaments. When he's been out there, he's done amazing.
And I don't think a lot of people have registered that yet in their heads. And I think he's going to show them that on May 23rd, bro.
I agree. To me, like, that's not even a dark horse pick. You know, that's just a favorite. You know? Because I put him in that category easily. But I would say for me, my other dark horse that we're not really talking about too much would be Phenom. Phenom is always a contender.
Good pick.
3rd place at Capcom Cup. I think he's been isolated. I think he's like one of the best players who's been the most isolated during this COVID time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a lot of the other top players in this time are at least in more like densely populated competitive regions in the scene, where he's kind of been like on his own.
He been playing those Kage players, bro.
Right, he's been dealing with the French Kage players doing raw tatsus. He's turned into a meme at this point, right? He's just been memeing it up with like these funny online clips, because that's all he's had.
Poetry.
You should see the way he's on his stream. He's leaned back on his couch. He plays like this. He's on with his PS4 pad, leaned all the way back, just chilling. And that's all he's been doing. So I think people forget that this dude is one of the most dominant players in the Street Fighter V scene. And I think when he has a good run, he's can beat everybody. He was just training with IDOM too recently. They were playing online, and he was
winning. He was getting the best of it.
Right. So that's my other pick. I think if Phenom has a good run, he could kind of cause some upsets, which once again I don't think are upsets. It's just if he's hot that day, he can take it. But overall, I think more than anything, this tournament gives us a lot of individual storylines. That's what I love about RBK, because it gets just a amazing cast of characters, you know, not just the characters they play, but the players themselves. So I'm just excited to see any of the storylines that come up, and it's going to be an amazing tournament. A long overdue offline event with some top tier killers.
Yeah, 100%. And, you know, looking forward to that offline event, but that does not mean that we are done with the good old CPT online action that has produced so much hype up to this point, with people like my guy Dark Neff, with people like my guy NL, and of course All Day Mago. CPT Online birthed All Day Mago, Brian. Come on, how can it not be godlike? And coming up, we actually have the top 16 for South America West. Bro, this is a region. Look, I'm gonna harp on this every single time when I see what I like to call the underdog regions. Nobody likes to see, just like one of the reasons that we don't like to see, you know, the same top tier characters over and over and over again, right? It's because people just don't like to see privilege prevail all the time. Like, let's switch it up sometimes. And I think that that's what we're about to see here with South America West. A whole lot of players who are hungry, getting that shine. Before, they were actually, I'm pretty sure, Brian, they were lumped in with Brazil last year.
Right. Yeah, I think in general, there's just a lot more better division, frankly, of South America, to have a lot more separate regions, because the country is huge, first of all. So to give proper region representation and to make it more sustainable for online play, they've divvied up the regions a lot more granularly. So we have Argentina, Bolivia, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, Paraguay, Venezuela, Peru, and Uruguay in this country list for South America West. And yeah, like you said, like this is a region that doesn't get too many CPT events in the general offline CPT. So I think that's one of the best things about the CPT online. Like, obviously we would all have preferred a normal CPT season, but really what we get to see, it's kind of like there's an opportunity here, is what I see. There's an opportunity for a lot of new representation, new players that have been put in that work on the down low that people at home might not know about, but are actually godlike. And there's a few of the players I want to give a shout outs to. We have KBR in the bracket, you know, Marvel extraordinaire, one of the EVO champions, one of my favorite players of all time, to be quite honest.
One of the best FGC beefs of all time.
Oh, of course, classic there.
Yeah, and you know what? I feel like hearing you talk about these people trying to get their opportunity and take their shot, I just started hearing, you know, Eminem Lose Yourself in the back of my head and everything, bro. I don't know, Brian, are you privy to our budget for the No Neutral show? Because Capcom,
I'm not sure if we have the licensing budget to, I mean, do I need to start beatboxing for you real quick? I haven't worked on it too much, but
all right,
maybe for next time. Maybe for next time.
Yeah, okay. I was say we're gonna save the viewers that, but one thing that we can't do is save people from players like none other than Pikero, the money match machine. We've brought him up in episodes past, bro, just talking about the topics.
I need my run back. I need my run backs versus him. I've had too many close calls.
He be smoking you?
He not well. Let's put a mild cookie.
Let's slow down a little bit.
Let's slow down a little bit. Let's slow down. I might have had one beat of sweat or something, but yeah, it's been kind of close. Let's say I'm looking forward to offline tournaments. Pikero, I'm looking out for you. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Pikero, I mean, he's definitely with the smoke. So Brian, if you want that money match, I highly doubt that he's gonna duck you, because you know what he has, Brian? He has something that I like to call championship pedigree. Because to me, making it into Capcom Cup is kind of a trophy in itself. Even if you don't win the actual cup, that's extremely difficult to do. And he was actually able to do that. And even when he got there, had that amazing set with Fujimura. What was the score for that, Brian? I think it was Was it 3-1 or 3-2?
It was 3-2. I mean, he took it to the limit. I remember that's kind of batting out of his league right there. You know, he came into that tournament as I don't believe he was the initial qualifier.
Respect my man's, bro.
I have to respect it. He's earned the respect from me. I have no choice. I've had to respect him with my wallet too, unfortunately. So until we get that run back, I have to respect him. But yeah, I just want to give shout outs to them. He's the one who's been in that hot seat before for his region, but now he's got the chance to get back into that situation, or maybe someone new. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of players in this region who are hungry to take that spot from him, so he's gonna have to work for it for sure.
Pikero is 100% going to have to work, and I tell you what, that's something that he's not a stranger to, as we've seen with him putting in work at Capcom Cup. But I think that his grind is indicative of the region that he comes from. It's nothing but a snapshot. And I tell you what, Brian, we're about to get a whole lot more than a snapshot to see what this region is all about. Everything on the line, your pride, your opportunity, your dreams, is all out there right now. Knees weak, arms are heavy. South America West, top 16. Get ready.
Can't start the show without the star.
The main event!
Fight!
Line it up. What a power to the earth! See what I'm really made.
Pleased to meet you.
The honor was mine. I'll settle this. I'm shaking here. Bow down before my psycho power. It ain't too late to run off to mom now.
These matches are going to be even more ridiculous.
If you know anything about Street Fighter, you do not doubt the GOAT.
My man is always getting go. You thought I was playing? Oh, you're hella dead.
The main event!
Help me out, Nadeshko.
Look how much it means to him!
Wow! That's not over. Are you serious? My man is reading right now. My man is reading.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a weekend full of Street Fighter V action. This is the Capcom Pro Tour covering the South America West #1, and we have very special guest commentator joining us after finding out who won last week. You had to throw in their own. It's going to be Marine here on the desk. How are we doing today, Marine?
Hi, guys. I'm doing so great. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to see some awesome matches from Southeast America West. I'm just like so flabbergasted. Yeah.
The entire region of South America. She's already going in. But we are covering the West here, and let's take a look at the top 16 and what we could expect. I know Rob TV and Brian F fully highlighted what we could expect, but again, there are so many players here on this stage that I haven't seen personally before, and I'm excited to see it, and some familiar names. Let's take a look at the winners quarterfinals, starting off with Chaos and Nero the Boxer going at it, then Young Ho versus Mysterio, then Darlin versus Frozen, and of course Sufcool versus Dukey. And of course we're going into the loser side. Again, this is top 16 action. What's going on down below in the loser side?
So it looks like we got Pikero, we got Kelito, Shaka22, Velaz, Gonta, PXLM3, Black Zero, and Moise. Oh my gosh. I am just so excited because, of course, I will be honest, like I don't know any of these players, but if they were able to make top 16, it's going to be a bloodbath.
It's an absolute huge deal for sure. In a stage like Capcom Cup, like this is for a qualifying spot into Capcom Cup. This is a huge deal, right? Them making it this far in the top 16 says a lot because there was 186 people entered into this tournament.
Yeah, and just like going down to the wire, really, top 16 and then top 8 tomorrow. This is nuts, honestly.
Listen, I could feel the energy bursting out already. She's really trying to get down to the matches. I feel it.
I'm so excited to see some awesome matches. Seriously, I have no words right now, you know?
There's going to be plenty of words during the commentary, that's for sure.
Definitely.
But we do want to take a look at the bracket itself, right? We've talked about this even before the stream. There is a large amount of different characters being put on the table here. Ones that are a handful of them we don't really get to see too often, but there's also great representation. There's 5 players from Chile, 5 players from Peru, 4 from Argentina, 1 Venezuelan, and 1 Colombian in the mix from the entire region,
Just a whole lot
highlighted from
of
the
mix.
West. And then we looked at the character diversity too. We always like to touch upon the character diversity because we've already got 3 camis showing up to Capcom Cup, right? But we did have a significant, not extremely significant, maybe like towards Cammy, but we did have like a surprise balance patch.
Definitely. Honestly, it's just, how should I put it? It's like kind of very unexpected, you know, just seeing that the patch notes just came out out of the blue. And then
It was like the
seeing
middle
how,
of the week. I feel
exactly,
like.
exactly. But then we'll get to see how these players adapt with their new changes. You never know. They may be like the same changes, or they may be just like minimal changes that really changes the game.
Yeah, I mean, there were a handful that kind of enforced the idea of playing around with different V skills and V triggers. I know Laura is definitely one of those characters where they buffed her V skill too, right? And we do have like a Laura in the mix for top 16, right?
Definitely, yeah. So we'll see if that player does play V skill too. But you know, everyone's different. We'll see how they play out and just rock with it, really.
Yeah, pretty nervous about that. I want to see how it's going to play out with some of the small little changes. I know. Just looking at the list, Akuma had some significant changes to V trigger too. Yuri had slight changes. They say they're nerfs, but I know Rushdown's like, no, you guys.
No, we can
it.
make it work. We can make it work.
He hella makes it work too. He was showing off a lot of tech with EX tackle, and it's pretty nasty putting you in certain mixes. Even getting tackle to hit later, right? Being in that scenario where we could launch V trigger after and still be within range of throw.
Yes.
That's dangerous. But anyways, I digress. I hope you guys have been enjoying the balance changes as well. And Red Bull Kumite that was happening earlier today. They're in the team stage right now, and there's going to be plenty more of that tomorrow. So I'm very excited about it. We do have our top 16 ready. Chaos versus Nero the Boxer. What you could expect. One, for the first part, their teammates. Both part of Team PhD. Chaos from Chile, rocking Ed, and then Nero the Boxer, playing boxer.
Yeah.
playing Balrog from Peru. I do believe these guys should have quotes ready for the top 16. Let's take a look at what they had to say to each other going into it.
So it looks like Chaos says, "This is my second CPT event. I hope to reach top 8 and to be able to demonstrate the power of the Ed army of the world." I love that energy because obviously, you know, you don't see a lot of people playing Ed, but I remember at the last CPT where we saw Infiltration play Ed, he was so strong with Ed. And of course, Ed looks like a strong character in general. So super, super cool to see an Ed in top 16 and winners, really.
Then we take a look at what Nero the Boxer had to say. Let's take a look at his quote here. "It is a varied top 16 with great players from each country and different characters. Chaos is my teammate, and we've played many times before, but I will play to win this and secure my pass to the top 8. This is the time to show my Balrog style to the world."
No one's backing down here. Really.
I like that. I like that a lot. I've talked about this with James a couple of events ago. There's really a variety of players that really show off their character too, their personality in their characters. It's much more fluent or much more evident now in this version of Street Fighter V. These guys have done such a great job of changing it up season after season. I feel like this is the most prominent version of Street Fighter V.
100%. I definitely agree. And of course, like just being humble towards one another and these two being teammates, like, of course, Boxer said that they've played so many times together and they're like, this is the time I gotta shut you down. But we'll see. Chaos may be thinking in the other way, be like, no, I'm gonna be the one to shut you down. So.
And it's weird too in lore too. You have Ed versus Balrog. Balrog is the one that showed him how to play, like how to fight the streets, man. That's pretty cool. I don't know if you guys, I mean, I'm a big lore nerd when it comes to like Street Fighter in general.
No, I get you. Definitely the same.
Yeah, so very curious to see how this is going to play out. Not too many Ed players out there. So Chaos representing the Ed army, trying to put this character even more so on the map so that, you know, maybe we could see more Ed players come about. Nero the Boxer playing with a new and improved character. Not new, I should say, just improved. Thoroughly improved, right? Being able to get more consistent combos, standing medium punch, also standing people up. Very, very cool. Just overall, such a solid character. Ready to see how this plays out. It's going to be Boxer versus Street Fighter, essentially. Ed versus Balrog, right?
Exactly.
Ed's a pure Street Fighter, I feel like. Other than Cody. He brings out weapons.
That is true. I actually forgot about Cody for a second.
And here we go. As we do here in the top 16, this is 2 out of 3. It's going to be Chaos versus Nero the Boxer. Here we go.
Ooh, all right. Let's see this. First game of top 16. Super, super exciting stuff.
Round 1.
And here we go, beginning of the round.
Oh,
Dash punch
wow.
finding the mark already.
And there we go with the flicker there too. If you just block it, Ed will still be able to throw in a move there. The other side switch grab.
And you saw the counter hit there from Nero. After that side switch, Ed is negative, so not even take his turn back. Oh, yeah, he's still one way past the projectile, and those flickers, again, could add a lot of pressure.
Oh, that's going to hurt. And going straight into the corner here. Oh, no, no confirm, really.
Yeah, missed the low forward opportunity. Now it's Nero the Boxer carrying to the corner. I like that frame kill. That was a big fake out from Nero.
And this stun, it's a stun right here. Trying to build some extra meter for the next round, and that is going to be kill. Nero the Boxer starting out so strong.
I'm liking that a lot. Well, I was expecting maybe an even further corner carry with the bar, but he just went straight for the schmicks. He went for the frame kill screw upper, got a counter hit on Chaos.
Psycho Knuckle, other side here. Oh no!
And that's dangerous after the Psycho Knuckle.
Oh no!
He
doesn't get a fully punish there.
I like that, just tacking on a little bit of damage, just ran into the startup of the
Oh
top.
my gosh, he's just utilizing that V-skill so well. Into the corner here, there's going to be a lot of damage. Midway to stun here, but Chaos is not done here.
Oh man, that was a big buffer there from the side of Nero. Here comes the activation. This is trigger 2. You're going to hold this. You got to hold it.
Oh my gosh, that was a guard break? Okay.
Yo, he still was in range for low medium kick. Does get the trigger activation afterwards. What's the mix? Forcing him to block the entire way. Nero the Boxer gets clipped.
I love the commitment from Chaos there. Just do it. Let it rip. Okay, I've never seen that before. That interaction.
Yeah, especially with V-Shift, a brand new mechanic here.
Oh my
interruption,
goodness.
the timing to press buttons at that very moment and still get the full conversion. Very, very solid play from Nero the Boxer out of the corner.
And Boxer, he was just being so explosive from the start too, and of course being patient, trying to figure out the little habits that his teammate has, you know, and just capitalizing on that. But Chaos was trying his best. I saw that he did try to go for some commitments here and there. Maybe it'll work in this round though.
One of the biggest things I like to notice from Chaos is the fact that he was willing to use Psycho Knuckle to get himself out of the corner consistently, right? Wasn't just afraid to just sit there.
Exactly.
He would take risks and put himself at a negative position. He's like, you know what, as long as I'm out of the corner, I'm fine with that. But either way, it worked out for Nero still.
Oh, there we go with the punish there. There we go, closing into the corner. Of course, Chaos just trying to inch things out, pitch something out. But Boxer's really good at closing the gap here.
-4. I can hear Brian F.
From the distance. Oh, crash counter. Very close to V-trigger activation. Yep, here we go.
A very important throw tech there. And
There we go, the shimmy.
Chaos is pressing buttons after the Psycho Knuckle.
Don't count Chaos yet because he does have V-trigger activation or want to use V-reversal. No, goes for the grab. Wow, Boxer, like I said, starting out so strong, knowing what his teammate does. I wonder if Chaos will find a way to get out of this situation.
Yeah, Chaos has been putting himself in negative situations and still pressing buttons afterwards. What an interruption, too. I like the uppercut. But now here comes Nero the Boxer.
And there we go with the flicker there. So strong.
Big counter hit conversion.
Yep.
Big in the sense that the damage was all right, but the corner positioning is important. Trying to force Nero out. The big trade combo. The trigger is still on deck. What's going to be the route?
Man, Balrog just have such a really hard carry all the way to the other side here. Really close to stun for Chaos. Is that going to be stunned? That is going to be stunned, and that is going double jump.
You got to get the double in there just in case. He almost mistimed it, but it was just fine. Nero the Boxer, nice and smooth with the landing after the jump.
Oh my gosh. So strong, like, you know, just going 2-0 with Boxer here, and Chaos, of course, trying to adapt, trying to figure out, like, what can I do to find these loopholes or, like, plots that Boxer has. But, again, Boxer just knows how to read his opponent, and especially his teammate, you know, like he said, they've been playing so much, but it looks like Boxer was able to reign over Chaos.
To reign over Chaos. I like the sound of that. But either way, yeah, that was a very convincing set for the side of Nero the Boxer. Chaos is now locked into the losers for the time being, but we have our first player locked in for top 8. Now we're moving on into Youngho versus Mysterio. Both of these players we've seen around the block. I've definitely seen Youngho on Twitter posting some tech as well. He's going to be coming in with Birdie and or G.
Ooh, I'm super excited about that because, of course, we also have Mysterio playing Colleen as well. So it's going to be really tricky because all 3 of these characters, Birdie, G for Youngho, and Colleen for Mysterio, they're both very strong characters. So it's going to be a scramble for sure.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see how Young Ho is going to approach this particular match against Mysterio, how much they've played against each other.
For sure.
And kind of see which character is going to come out the gate swinging with first. Because, again, Mysterio has told us that he's going to be going with Colleen for the most part. It might change up, but for the time being, this is what we have locked down. G has had some significant changes. I wouldn't be surprised if it's G right out the gate, to be quite honest.
You know,
with you.
G has always been strong, though. So it's like G against anyone. Basically, you may be gambling that, like, of course, I don't want to get command grab. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. But, of course, we have Mysterio playing Colleen as of, you know, Colleen has so many parries and being able to get out of sticky situations.
And for the changes that happened towards Colleen, I think they're wanting players to use her V-Trigger 1 a little bit more, granting her that special
I've
dash
actually
as
seen
well.
that. Yeah, that's true. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I've been seeing people utilize V-Trigger 1, and I'm like, huh. Really? Like, because, you know, a lot of Colleen players would use V-Trigger 2 just because they were able to do all these mix-ups and being able to, you know, kind of trick their opponents here and there. But V-Trigger 1, yeah, I'm super, super down to see some tricks with V-Trigger 1, really.
Yeah, very curious to see it. I do believe we have the player quotes ready for both players, Young Ho and Mysterio. Hopefully, let's take a look at what they had to say to each other into their matches for Top 16.
So, Mysterio says, I will make it a good show and be able to advance to the top 8. Okay.
I like that. Very straightforward.
Yeah, straightforward. Yeah, exactly. But, yeah, I'm super excited to see his Colleen. But, yeah, like I said, you know, super straightforward. Just want to get straight to the point.
I want to see which V-Trigger he ends up using for this matchup. Let's take a look at Young Ho as well. Mysterio is the best player in Chile. But everyone is human and everyone can lose. No one can see the future. Man, that should be like a character quote, I feel like.
That's kind of bars, though.
Everyone is human,
like
everyone
that.
can lose. No one can see the future. I like that. I like that. So both players coming from Chile, very familiar with each other. So a lot of respect going towards Mysterio right off the bat.
Yeah, seriously. Again, like, I have no words for this because, honestly, I'm just really excited to see some action here because I really want to see either it's going to be Birdie versus Colleen or G versus Colleen. But, of course, Young Ho definitely got some stuff in his pockets, but Mysterio, he also has some something up his sleeves as well.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Colleen players, I mean, he's here into the top 16. There's definitely a strong reason why. I mean, Colleen is definitely a pretty strong character herself.
Oh, yeah, definitely, 100%.
But, I mean, being able to navigate her into top 16 is very difficult, right? We've only seen like a handful of Colleen players that really make it to these kind of stages, so it's not difficult. It's not easy to do so.
Got it,
honestly.
right. Oh, my goodness.
I know. I hear you. It's going to be happening very soon. We're going to see which characters are going to be picked, and more importantly, I want to see which triggers are going to be picked for both players, because Birdie also had some significant changes for towards his V trigger as well, so it is going to be Birdie time.
Ooh, Birdie time. All right.
I like that.
So Birdie against the Colleen here. Oh my goodness. I'm like kind of like, I can't even breathe because I'm just so excited. Like,
deep breath, one game at a time. Here we go. The first game between Mysterio and Young Ho. Mysterio still rocking VT2, by the way.
Oh, great. What a whiff punish here. Great check on there. Oh my goodness. Crush counter. What's the setup?
Just 2 dashes up for Oki. That's fine. Big whiff punish.
Oh my gosh. And Young Ho is just utilizing that button. Wow. Stun here. We're going to see a very strong combo here.
Command grab will do it, or even a throw. And I like that. Just went for the save stuff. Oh,
that's a
Young
perfect.
Ho. So that was very,
start.
very, very smart, right? Going for the regular throw because that would have killed.
Yes.
Mysterio went in the air, and Young Ho was ready with the option to select anti-air.
And Mysterio still not letting down here, trying to find his way in. There we go.
And still recovers even in time to get the critical art too.
That's going to be a lot of damage. But again, Young Ho is going to build all of that meter.
Oh, the command grab. Hit him. Checking with that heavy.
Oh, goes for the sweep. That is going to be a punish. Back in the corner you go, Mysterio. Very, very close to stun here. Got some resources. Being able to crush counter. Get some leg room just to get out of it. Young Ho was so ready. He was so ready. He was so prepared for that.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Pop off. Go ahead. That was wild. That was a wild guess, too, with the parry.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, just seeing that, like, Young Ho was just standing there like, I know you're going to parry. I can feel it. And it happened.
It was a pretty solid read defensively there from Young Ho, taking the first game pretty convincingly, 2 rounds straight, and the life lead was massive both times.
Yes. So it looks like Mysterio is going to stick with Colleen just with the V skill and V trigger as well. Here we go with the can just to close up the space here.
Pretty much set things up in neutral, right? The big
That's huge. That's so
approach
huge.
here from Mysterio. Vanity step into the air. And again, just backing away a little bit, just waiting for any sort of movement. But Young Ho again firing away with a
He is
heavy
utilizing
punch.
that button so well. Here we go, V trigger activation. This is going to be really scary. Wow, what a confirm from Mysterio. Still keeping Young Ho in the corner here. And oh my gosh, neutral jump. Okay, all right.
Important tech throw, low medium kicks to try to kind of check Young Ho now. Gets a forward throw, a couple of more mix-ups. Maybe like a touch and a half, but here comes Young Ho.
Oh,
The big
side
reset for the
switch?
side switch.
But Mysterio was so ready for that side switch though. But he has put himself in the corner. This is going to be really scary.
Oh, I like the response. Mysterio, oh no.
Oh no. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. He got the grab. He's able to close out that round. Still got a lot of resources there too.
Very nerve-wracking. That still could have gone Young Ho's way with the amount of meter he had left. Oh boy. Back round has to check. Another back roundhouse. Dolphin dive
doesn't
out of the
fall-
way.
yeah, nope. There we go. Sweep. Oh my gosh. Catches with the can.
Just taking away that meter from Mysterio too. The EX Vanity Step just gets nullified by that V skill. And Young Ho again within range to catch a normal from Colleen or throw one of his own, one of the heavier normals.
Yeah, just trying to fish something out and just, okay, there we go. Inching in bit by bit. No one wants to be in the corner, obviously. Throwing the can from Young Ho.
I'm starting to notice a lot of missteps here from Mysterio. Vanity Steps has been getting clipped each and every time. There's only one approach he's had from last round. Big.
Here's a confirm here.
Big confirm.
This is going to hurt.
Set up for the ice.
There we go.
Okay.
V-trigger activation just to get some leg room. Tries to space things out.
I feel like it was a little short-lived from the side of Mysterio. Did get that momentum a little bit, but then immediately halted after Young Ho got that block string into the trigger activation, and now we're back into this mid-screen play.
And again, Young Ho is utilizing that button so well because he does not want Mysterio to try to get in, but uses
Raw.
V-trigger activation. That's fine just to try to get in, try to get some damage here and there.
Oh! I like that. Tick throw. Gets a
That's
counter
a
hit,
counter
but
hit.
no confirm. I'm actually very surprised the stand heavy punch missed a little bit.
Mysterio does have critical art on deck here. Is he? Oh no! Uses a bar?
It's not enough!
10 seconds on the clock though.
Okay. Slowed him down significantly. Threw out the icicle, made sure that he doesn't get in for free, and was trying to play out the timer. Whether that was hit or blocked. Hit, it was going to kill, obviously, which he just did. But if it was blocked, he was sitting there for a while with like 8 seconds left after
Yeah,
that.
especially with that much time. I feel like it's kind of hard to get in because, of course, if Mysterio was able to get knocked down by Young Ho, he's just going to like lay there, not going to do any quick rise or any something like special to try to like drain out the time, and he was able to somewhat do that and also close out the match.
We're seeing some significant adaptation here from Mysterio as well. Not too many times has he been clipped by the heavy punch. Oh, you know, I take it back completely, but he's starting to pick and choose his spots with the vanity step as well.
This is the grab, trading with a can and fire. Oh, ice ball there.
This is huge for Mysterio. Counter hit, low medium kick was too far, maybe to convert off into
Catches.
stand light kick, maybe. Oh,
Oh, Young Ho is so ready just to anti-air, activate the B trigger. And of course, utilizing that button as well. But Mysterio was able to come through, activate the B trigger, do quite a amount of damage. But what's going to be the setup? In the corner, but at the grab. Got another grab. Do another one.
checking with the low medium kick as the meaty, keeping herself safe. Or plus, I should say.
Another one.
If another one hits, she's
Oh,
dead. Ooh.
okay, all right. Young Ho is so ready for that.
Oh, this is dangerous.
Yeah, this is scary.
Command grab will do it, or a regular grab, I should say. And he was ready with the V-shift.
Oh!
-2. Get over here with a command grab. Good call from Young Ho.
But again, you know, it was really smart that Mysterio used V-shift. Doesn't want to be in that situation at all. But here we go, starting out really strong with Mysterio. Right in the corner. This is really scary. Side switch.
What a time to jump out, too. It's a regular throw and a command grab.
That's
You
gonna
saw
do a
Mysterio.
lot.
There was a reversal on the side.
Side switch. Oh no, okay.
There's the reversal he was looking for. Gets it this time around. The cannon's out. You thought you could just stand there? You better block.
That's gonna kill.
He stood there. He stood there. He just took the bullhorn or the bullhead.
Wow.
He saw the can coming and just went straight forward, did not block it.
Yeah, because you know how Young-Ho, he was able to have so much pressure on the ground and just kind of like walking towards Mysterio. He's like, I'm not going to let you go in the corner or I'm not going to let you go out of the corner. You're just going to stay here, take this damage, take this pressure. Who knows? I'm going to try to use all your resources because I want to win this. And he did. 2-1.
He advances into the top 8 for tomorrow. He's going to be facing off against Nero, so that is our second player that we've crowned into our top 8. Mysterio, it's not going to be the last we see of him. That's going to be, again, him being put into the loser side. This is still the winner side after all.
Yes.
Let's take a look. I think we have, after that, Darlin versus Frozen. And that's going to be pretty wild. It's going to be Akuma versus Sakura.
Akuma versus Sakura?
Yes. Yes.
Ooh. Of course, you know, we all know that Akuma is a very strong character, but again, Sakura is very strong as well. What's funny is that I only like Sakura because of her light kick. Her light kick is so good.
It's
you
pretty
can just
good.
confirm into anything.
It's one of those. It's definitely one of those lights that has a lot of utility behind it.
Exactly.
Like,
right.
There's a lot of pressure that comes behind it, and also it's very confirmable into pretty solid situations with Sakura.
For sure.
Down with her for like a couple of months, and I really see how far you can really go with a light normal too. Sakura is definitely one of those characters that excel above and beyond with her bufferable light normals, being able to chain into them and go into like a Shoryuken. Shoryuken.
Yeah, but of course, you know, Sakura also has some strong options besides the light kick. So I'm super excited to see, of course, against a very strong character, Akuma. As you can see, you know, Akuma has made so many top 8s, but Darlin, I've seen him play Akuma multiple times, and he's very strong. And man, of course, like the battle of the Shotos, really, right? It's like Akuma and Sakura. But honestly, I'm excited to see both. I'm excited to see both how they work out.
Without a doubt. And I do believe we have our player quotes ready to see what they said to each other in the top 16. Going into it, Darlin says, with the departure of Brazil from our region, the top 16 feels very competitive, and I see a lot of people that I play online. I hope to have a good fight with Frozen.
Humble as heck. I love it. You know, just want to be able to play so many players because, like, considering that COVID is happening right now, and just it's really nice to play online with other players and being able to just utilize like all the knowledge that you learn from others.
Right. It's
a great thing. And of course, seeing that Darlin wants to play anyone in top 16 and saying that there are so many strong players just shows that like we're all willing to sit there, learn, and grow.
Let's take a look at what Frozen had to say in response.
So Frozen, I'm happy I made it to top 16 using Nash. I'll try to win it. Darlin is a strong opponent, but I'm ready to beat him. Wow. Coming on strong here, all right?
Went into the top 16 using Nash. I like that. We were expecting a Sakura, but I would love to see a Nash because he got a slew of buffs. And I like that, actually.
Yeah, actually, I did see some tech videos on Twitter saying that Nash got buff and he was able to like close out with, I think it was like his roundhouse or what, I forgot what it was. But he was able to hit confirm into that with like the...
Sonic Scythe, right?
Yeah, Sonic, yeah.
So what happened was they changed up in the initial season 5 buff, right? They made his stand light kick a little faster, right? 3 frames. So he does have decent defense now. Being able to have a 3 frame is absolutely critical. And he's also now able to combo into it and get target combo, right? You can do stand light into the roundhouse target combo, right? And you're also able to use V-skill 1 after that because they've extended the reach of V-skill 1, right? Being able to get a knockdown after that, being able to get Oki after that as well, very, very important. Not only that, but I mean, V-skill in general from Nash is actually a lot better because it pulls him in and allows him for other combo routes now. So I'm very curious to see if Nash is going to be the pick. And yes,
Nash against Akuma.
Yes.
This is actually really nice because, you know, a lot of people have been saying that Nash was more in like the low tier charts, but seeing him up in top 16 against a very high tier character, this is going to be an awesome match to see.
And they made his V trigger too a lot easier to get some conversions to, easier to time kind of like the sudden stop to the dash to get those conversions too. So very, very neat. I want to see how it plays out here. Yeah, give me that.
The fireball. Yep. Great anti-air. It looked like it was going to side switch, but stays on the same side. Oh no, drops it. There you go with the EX Scyther.
I like that. Oh, get out of
here. Yeah, I don't want that Tatsu in my face. Okay, great anti-air from Darlin. Very strong, trying to get out and activates V-Trigger.
I love this song.
It's a good song.
Oh! And again, that Sobot kick. is so much further. You can harass with that normal, or that special normal, from even further out.
And Frozen is just playing keep away because he knows that he could just dash in, use his buttons to get into right with that knee.
And it's so good. It's so much further out. I love it. I mean, he was still within range with or without the buff. But I'm just saying, it's a great special normal.
There you go. The dive kick just started out trying to get it. Cross cut, DP.
Okay, now we're going to see Darlin in a huge change of pace here with Nash in the corner. What's going to be the defensive option? View reversals out.
Oh, great shimmy from Darlin. Very strong. Really close to stun.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's what one of the buffs I was talking about, being able to combo into it a lot easier.
Oh, my goodness.
Without having to time it as much. Ugh.
Oh, my
You're
goodness.
hella stunned.
Punishes the teleport. It's going to be really, really... Okay.
Tragedy Assault. Get some of that meter. Ooh, what a time to bust out Darlin. I like that a lot. What a time.
He's not
to
down
interrupt.
yet. Stays committed. Does the thing. Boom.
And a big thing at that. Tying it all up here in game number 1. 2 bars on the side of Darlin. Frozen still working on 1.5 a little bit. But the fireballs have been the main point of entry for Darlin again.
Oh, great jump
big
over.
Jump in.
And Darlin is utilizing all of his bars, just trying to inch into Frozen because, of course, you see Frozen playing keep away. Dash in, dash out, tries to get some fishing out damage here. But Darlin is not falling for that as he has the life lead.
Another cross-cut DP. He's been absolutely consistent with any jump-in approach against Frozen.
Magnificent anti-air. That's so scary to do because it would either trade or you would just get shut down.
Yeah. If that was like a delayed demon flip. Oh, yeah. He planned that out 100%.
That does so much damage. Oh, my goodness.
And what a time to V-reversal as well, nullifying all that pressure. But he still has V-trigger. Couple extra uses to it, too. Yep, he still has one more.
Goes for a small shimmy. Oh. Oh, my goodness. And what a great gap closure from Darlin. Because, you know, like I said earlier, where Frozen was just playing keep away, backing in, backing out, but Darlin does not want that kind of thing happening. He wants to be able to sit right next to Frozen and try to initiate, you know, all these combos here and there and be, like I said, utilizing the meter as well. And he was able to close it out 1-0. Well, not close it out, but run away with 1-0 here.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, I did like the initial strategy that Frozen presented with Nash, right? Being able to close the gap so quickly and stay in Akuma's face. I mean, he's more than capable of playing up close. We saw that earlier from the first round, but we'll see how it plays out for the rest of it. A lot more active on the side of Frozen. Oh, just a little bit off the mark with that V-skill.
Looks like Frozen went for the EX Fireball here, but Darlin is doing so well, just crossing over, getting a combo.
Checking with the low medium kick, trying to find his way in, but Frozen has not opened up the gap yet.
Whoa! Oh no!
Oh, but that's, oh gosh!
I actually pressed a button there. Oh my goodness!
And again, slowly walking him down a little bit, both on V trigger. That is huge.
That is going to hurt, but okay,
that's gonna kill.
That's gonna kill. And I really like how Darlin just uses the critical art because he does not want to deal with Frozen and V trigger 2.
It's exactly what Rob TV was saying in the pre-show. You got to finish your food.
You gotta do it.
And I mean, that's a great time to use the critical art, honestly.
Yeah, 100%. And Frozen's just starting out really strong, putting Darlin in the corner, really close. Oh my gosh! Goes for the double shimmy. This is going to stun, and it's going to hurt.
Tragedy Assault, taking some meter back.
That's kill. That's kill. Perfect.
See what I'm saying? Frozen's offense is amazing. It's pretty solid, right?
He like pops in and pops out, but he was doing so well keeping Darlin in the corner. But just remember, it is match point for Darlin here.
And he only spent like about a bar for that entire sequence to get that perfect.
Darlin tries to shimmy from Frozen, but Frozen is not going to take the bait.
Ooh, forward throw towards the corner now. Darlin stuck in this position using EX Fireball, trying to work his way out. Air Fireball as the approach as well. Here comes the Moonsault. Excellent choice to V-reversal there.
Doesn't want to deal with the extra pressure.
Look at that.
That button is so... Oh my god, that button is so good.
See how much more space it covers. Back-to-back counter hits, too.
Oh, Sonic up close. And I really like how Frozen is. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Goes for the grab.
Yeah,
oh.
it was a mix. It was a guess. It was a guess for game at that point.
Yeah, and here we go with 1-1. Frozen 1 up here. But I really like how Frozen, of course, was playing keep away, especially with that health lead. He does not want to kind of like turn the tables where Darlin may be able to win with any like, meter, V-trigger or whatnot. But Frozen just played so solid. He played so solid, played keep away, boom.
There was one instance where I saw against Darlin, he was ready for an anti-air uppercut, right? But he was expecting maybe a cross-cut because the angle Frozen came at, and it was just all downhill after that. Because Frozen, we've seen what he's capable of on offense, but now he's playing a little bit more defense heavy.
Oh, wow. Just stop the animation for the fireball. Gets hit by the Tatsu.
I like that.
Activation.
Give me that meter.
Oh, no. A little bit too late on the V reversal.
Ooh. I like the interruption there from the medium kick. Just walk out of range. I like that a lot from Frozen. Give me that meter again. Tragedy Assault.
Here we go with the V reversal, but a little too late on that. But of course, he's able to get out of the corner, but Frozen is going to punish him for that.
Oh. Ooh. Still playing that keep away. Slight life lead on the side of Frozen, but he dashed up! He dashed up and he didn't need to. Darlin was expecting him to do that. And a nice and easy jab check into conversion.
100%. And, we've seen Darlin just doing jab checks over and over again, and it has stopped Frozen. So maybe he may reconsider about going in and out. Neutral jump!
That was sick!
That was awesome. That was so sick.
And then one of the bigger buffs into V-skill.
That's
I'm
a stun?
liking this. Look at the damage. One throw will do it. And he knew. He backed away. Darlin went for the jump option. Here comes the target combo with the trigger. Don't get
for the
schmitz.
shimmy. Ooh.
I mean, like two more of these will do it. Okay. I guess not. He went up into a light, so there was significant scaling there.
I like that answer. V reversal just to deplete the stun meter. Doesn't want to deal with that, especially if you have a life lead too.
Yeah, I think if you were to get stunned there, I think it would have been lights out, considering the critical art on the side of Darlin now just slow chasing.
Oh my goodness. And Darlin is playing.
Oh, that could have been it! No, did he? Was he too late? He was too late. He was too late. He had the perfect moment to steal it all away. Roll forward into critical art would have been it, but he mistimed it. He didn't cancel. He tried to link it.
Exactly. Whoa! Side switch underneath the fireball pressure.
Oh, that's rough. That's super rough.
Oh my goodness. Frozen is just so on point with these anti-airs. This is Darlin is very struggling here. Feature grade activation.
Blocks the forward heavy punch, just walks away. Darlin remembers exactly what happened last time. He tried to grab in that same instance. Does get the grab chasing down the V reversal. Now chasing down Frozen. Oh.
Oh my goodness. See, like the dash in, dash out. Frozen is doing that so well, being able to anti-air trade.
And that took away that EX Demon flip in a heartbeat. No meter on the side of Darlin, and now just a throw away.
Oh my god. Goes for the anti-air. What? I mean, like I said, again, Frozen is so on point with those anti-airs, and just because he has those anti-airs on point, he is able to proceed through the bracket 2-1. Oh my god.
That was pretty nutty, actually, because the change-up, the adaptation there from Frozen, right? Being able to let off the gas after being so offensive in that first round, being able to let off the gas. Sure, he may have fallen in that first game, but he's changed it up significantly round after round, being able to switch it up between offense and defense at a heartbeat. It was very, very smart. And just the utilization of the buffs that Nash got has been so much more consistent in terms of damage, getting the stun, and just overall presence of Nash in neutral. Being able to throw out that Sobot kick is pretty important. Mind you, it wasn't like the determining factor, but it's pretty significant.
100%. And, of course, that we've seen the patch notes where Nash has been buffed, and seeing how Frozen was playing Nash against Akuma, I'm just like, wow, Nash is super strong. Maybe we'll see some more Nash players in the upcoming, tournaments.
I would love
whatnot.
to.
Yeah.
I would love to see Bonchan go back to Nash. I want to see L.I. Joe back in the business. You know what I'm saying? I know he's been tuning in as well. as we do top 16 here. The Frozen now making it into the top 8. You have now entered the Frozone, and I like that.
A Frozone top 8. I love it. I love it.
We still have another match to play off here into the winners quarterfinal. It's going to be Self-Cool. Is it Kelf-Cool or Self-Cool? I want to say it's Self-Cool, to be honest with you, but I might be wrong as well.
C-Elf-Cool.
C-Elf-Cool, probably. He's going to be going up against Dukey, teammates of each other. And then, of course, you see down below of the loser side, Pikero versus Kelito, Shaka 22 versus Patata Velos, Gonta versus PXLM3, and then Black Zero versus Moise.
Man, it's so stacked. You know, just seeing those players that were put into losers, they're still very strong. They're still killers. And of course, you know, we have other players in the losers that were able to make top 16 and able to just kind of, you know, push through, try to get their spot in the top 8.
It's very refreshing to see just this region overall and seeing the plethora of players playing online, but it's also very refreshing to see
186
offline Street Fighter V happening right now, by the way. This weekend, I should say. Red Bull Kumite has been happening. They started it off this morning. They're going to be continuing on tomorrow as well. Twitch.tv/Red Bull is where you need to go. As you can see, May 22nd, May 23rd, they're going down with all the Street Fighter V action in person. They've been hyping this up all week, and you guys need to check it out because they have an all-star lineup of killers. There's Idom, Punk, Smug, Problem X, Tokido, Phenom, Gashikun, Luffy, Bonchan, The Works. Jones is in there too.
Yes.
Listen, if you guys haven't watched any of it, I highly encourage you guys to do so. Even at the same time as this. I obviously don't have the stream up yet. I apologize, but again, I'm going to be checking out the VODs, and I hope you guys are too. But we also have a pretty big deal with more Street Fighter V going down the line with the Intel World Open. We've talked about this last weekend where the registration opened up. You guys want to be sure to join in because Intel, a world leader in gaming technology, will be holding the Intel World Open featuring Street Fighter V Championship Edition. This global esports competition will pit players from around the world against one another in 11 regional finals where they'll have a chance to fight for a $250,000 prize pool and the honor of representing their country as a champion. If you think you have what it takes, be sure to register now because registration is free. It's open. And as a bonus login to your Street Fighter V account during the registration period, you get yourself a special title, in-game rewards with both of those, the special title and the special dojo objects. Again, if you guys want all that information, check out below intelworldopen.gg.
Man, there's just like so many great tournaments going on, and it's so spectacular to see. We got Kumite and Intel going on in August, I believe, or oh my gosh. Yeah, so
I mean, it's coming up soon, I feel.
Is it?
It's coming
Oh
up
my
a lot
gosh.
sooner than that, yeah.
I've been in the cave too long, you know, I just don't even know what's going on.
I mean, at least you're tuned in right now because we have plenty more Street Fighter V action. After this, we'll continue with the South America West. Stay tuned.
back after the ultimate improvement. Father! Psycho! What's up, what's up? See ya! Psycho! The legend has now begun. Burn this in your memory! Psycho! Whoosha! To honor father, Big Bro will do his best.
And welcome back, everybody, to the South America West qualifier number 1 for the Capcom Pro Tour 2021. I am joined by UIU's own Marine, who has been absolutely killing it thus far and really taking us through each and every one of these matchups. This top 16 has been ecstatic. We are seeing so many different characters come through to the light.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
She was running laps, by the way. She was running laps around the studio.
You know, like the sets we've seen from Chaos, Darlon, Mysterio, Boxer, and Frozen. You know, just seeing all those. Did I miss anyone, by the way? I don't know if I missed anyone. But, you know, of course, we've seen But of course, here's the bracket. It's just to recap here. Sorry guys, I'm like so excited. But we got, you know, Chaos and Nero. The Boxer played so well. Boxer was able to proceed 2-0 and get a spot in top 8. And then we've seen Young Ho and Mysterio. Strong Balrog, strong Colleen, but Young Ho was able to take it through with 2-1. And then the recent match with Darlon and Frozen, we've seen how buff Nash is.
Yeah, you want to talk about that a little bit? We can.
Oh my
As we get
goodness.
ready for, is it Kelf Cool? Is it Self Cool? I want to say Self Cool.
I want to say Self Cool.
I want to say Self Cool versus Dukey, right? It's
I
gonna
like
be,
that.
2 players going off against each other. They do have the same kind of team, right? It's going to be UB. So they are teammates right off the bat. Self Cool representing Venezuela. Dukey representing Argentina. What we can expect here is going to be Yuri versus Bison.
Aryan versus Bison. This is going to, like, of course, both characters are very solid, very strong in both footsies. But, oh my gosh, you know, anything, I feel like it's a 5-5 matchup. Is it? Or,
I feel like I think it got a little bit worse for Bison because he doesn't have any solid options on reversal other than a 3-frame normal.
Sure.
Taking away, like, head stomps too from, like, invincibility from where it was at before, it's kind of rough. Being able to, like, sneak in, like, that invincibility on frame 3 in any sort of, like, frame trap situation, right? I feel like Yurian's going to be able to lock him down even more. But I'm not sure. I mean, like, I feel like it'll probably be, like, slightly in Yurian's favor.
Right, and yeah, that's what I was thinking, too, because, you know, how Urian, I feel like he's more agile, more flexible, just trying to get around. And of course, you know, I'm trying to think of like Bison's walk speed. You know, Bison's walk speed is just so slow. But of course, you see Urian being able to just like walk you down. You know, like I said, you know, anything can happen. Both characters are very, very solid. I can't recall in the patch notes whether Urian got buff or Bison got buff.
So for the most part, in the initial patch, or the initial changes to Season 5 with Bison, they made a lot of his heavier normals punishable.
Okay.
Right? Being able to catch them on recovery, especially like something like standing roundhouse. They made that a lot more easier to whiff punish, or just punish in general, because they added recovery frames to it. They took away some of Bison's other escape options using meter, like EX Headstop being one of them. It wasn't invincible on startup. It was like invincible towards like frame 3 and on. There were certain situations where you would see Bison kind of react to anybody's jump in with that immediately, especially in the corner, right?
Sure.
To get themselves out. That doesn't happen as free anymore. If anything, like it trades, but for the most part, it used to beat it clean outright. It would beat like air-to-air approaches outright. So that's a significant change there. The sweep actually got nerfed to shreds, but it was one of those normals that you didn't want to throw out like that anyway, right? A lot more recovery. It's just worse overall. Even just his heavier normals are punishable. I mean, even more punishable. That was like the main theme of the initial season 5 patch, was that they wanted to make heavier normals whiff punishable, even more whiff punishable, I should say.
Definitely. Like I said, as always, of course, that we will see what's going to happen with both the players here. And of course, they are in top 16. They are killers. Anything can go into top 8 or into the losers bracket. I'm just
pretty hype about it.
I'm so excited. Of
pretty
course,
hype about it.
Earlier, I was just losing my breath because of how exciting these matches are.
And she was running around the studio. I can't emphasize that enough. So let's take a look. I do believe we have the player quotes ready. It's going to be Self-Cool versus Dukey. Let's see what they have to say to each other in the top 16.
So Dukey. Self-Cool is a very strong player, one of the best in the region without a doubt. We are from the same team, so we both know each other very well and we train together. I'm hoping for a good fight. Yo, I like Dukey and I like his name, because he's super humble, super cool, and, just wanting to be able to play a great match with his teammate. And especially in top 16, of course, both are very strong players. That's why both of them are sponsored.
I agree. I mean, like, they wouldn't have gone here, without that. I feel like, they were showing off their skill, and without that, they wouldn't be in the top 16 in general. So out of 186 players, this is a great place to be. But it's unfortunate because he's going up against Self-Cool, his teammate, right? This is my second time in the CPT top 16. I've been playing Street Fighter all my life, and I want to show that I am the best in the region. My opponent, Dukey, is my teammate and a great friend. He's one of the best players in the region, but I will do my best to beat him and continue to the top 8. And that's what it's all about, right? As the brackets get smaller and smaller, you guys are put into these situations, you're bound to meet up against your friends and comrades, your teammates, and it's rough, but that's just how tournaments work, man.
But that's like a very strong bond too, because when it comes to playing with your friends, you build that bond, you learn together, and you're able to share like any kinds of information, like, oh, did you know that my character can do this with your character, blah blah blah. It's that's what I really like about fighting games and Street Fighter, being able to play with everyone, being able to learn, grow, and create that strong bond, like I said before.
Yeah, I feel that. Man, I miss offline.
I miss you guys. I miss you guys. I really hope that we can, all hang out at an offline event and just have a ball.
Yeah.
Mash buttons,
That's what I'm talking about. We're going to see plenty of that going into this next matchup. Yuri versus Bison, Self-Cool versus Dukey. Again, this is 2 out of 3. This is the last match from the winner's side of top 16. Who will join the Sharks below? Will it be Self-Cool? Will it be Dukey? We're going to find out very, very soon.
Oh, it looks like we're going with the Urian and Bison pick. Oh,
I was taking a look at the V set, so I do believe it is V skill 2 from the side of Urian, and of course V trigger 1, Aegis Reflector. Then Bison, on the other hand, V skill 1 and V trigger 2. I like that. Looking forward to the fireball game from both. Or I should say from Urian, I should say. Excuse me.
Goes for the punish after the scissor kick. Oh, okay, the sweep. I like that.
Gets the V-skill charge up.
And of course, Dukey using anything just to utilize his leg, trying to get in. Oh my gosh. And of course
just from max distance too, caught Self-Cool pressing a button, I feel like.
And of course, like both players just trying to fish the thing out, but Dukey was able to put Urian in the corner. But it's fine, they're back in the mid screen.
Checking for the low medium kick as well. Here comes Dukey now. Cycle Blast EX, I should say. What an interruption there. Forward throw instead, or neutral throw, excuse me. There's the activation.
Oh, that's a counter hit. No, combo completion.
I thought he would go for like the the Shadow Axe target combo after that. Because he did get a counter hit, right? Standing medium punch. He could have gone to that medium punch into the target combo.
Oh my gosh. These like sweeps here, I really, really like that. Dukey was able to do that twice, and it was very successful. Dukey just closing the gap. Of course, backing out, trying to see what Self-Cool wants to do here. And
raw Cycle Crusher. And the implant. Bomb has been planted. Can he clear it? Can he clear it with 9
seconds on the clock.
left? He has the defuse kit. He's got the defuse kit.
Oh no, sliver health. Whoa.
Oh. Counter Shadowloo wins. Self-Cool getting the first round with 2 seconds left on the clock.
Self-Cool just coming out strong again, trying to figure out what he wants to do. How can I be able to penetrate this shield that Dukey has?
And I like that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, being able to stuff that out of the air now. Just completely. Forward throw now.
Oh, what a counter hit. And Dukey's super close to stun. Tries to go for the shimmy just to open him up, but it doesn't work out. V-trigger activation
going. V-reversal keep him in the corner. This is a big, tough situation. Dukey gets jumped in on.
Yo, Self-Cool, you about to make me act up, bro. That Bison, no. Oh my God, that Urian was too tight. It was too OD.
There was so many. Majority of that round was spent in the corner because of Self-Cool.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, like at the beginning of the round too, where you see both players just like, you know, kind of dancing around, trying to figure out like, okay, what do I want to do? How am I going to be able to get in and be able to utilize all the meter that I have, all the damage I have? Man, oh my God.
And what's really surprising is I haven't seen a single EX Chariot tackle.
Exactly, exactly.
One. There's one regular tackle. We'll take that. I like that. He's just playing it out right now against Dukey.
Probably Self-Cool has like the Unga Bunga on the side. You never know when he needs it.
If and when he needs it, right?
Oh my gosh, Dukey just playing so well with those buttons here. And of course, you know, Self-Cool does have the reversal, uses it.
It's a forward throw now. It's all pressure for Bison.
Here we go with the train. But still working on Dukey's favor here.
The cross up, the dirty stuff. And the shimmy! That was nasty. Did you get hit? I got hit.
I definitely got hit.
That should be a poll in the chat. Did you guys get hit by that mix-up? I sure did. That was so nasty.
Oh my gosh, and Dukey's just applying all this pressure. Self-Cool, okay, backdash is just, of course, get some space.
Oh, that throw kick was nasty. Big counter hit to the sternum. That up close to, and it was a counter hit. What? That was sick. I like that. Perfect timing for him to pass through the fireball.
Okay, there we go. Another one. I just love the commitment from Self-Cool because he is not done yet. But of course, Dukey has V-Trigger activated. Wants to get something in.
Yeah, does have the trigger available still. Oh, he used the V-Trigger. And Self-Cool V-reversaled it.
Bro.
You saw it earlier, a glimmer of the Psycho Crusher. Oh, boy.
Oh, this is going to, okay. That's going to be super tricky there.
Yeah, the last bit of V-Trigger now gone. Self-Cool is trying to go on the offensive. Actually, no, I take it back. He's playing the life lead game. I like that. Using a slew of pokes.
Oh my goodness. And of course, match point, almost match point for Self-Cool here. But of course, Dukey is still alive, still trying to figure out what do I want to do. And he does it. Right here, counter hit. Ooh. Oh, okay.
Nice and easy. Yeah, jump back jab. Reset the situation.
Trying to take it easy, playing it cool. And Dukey does not want to give up the opportunity of Self-Cool being in the corner. But of course, Dukey does not have any resources yet, but he is very confident with his buttons. Grab. Oh!
EX headbutt from downtown. Yes. That was mad far. Uh-oh. He has one more trigger left.
Oh! What?
That was huge. Oh, that was a little bit of an awkward exchange. Oh, no. Here comes Dukey. Here comes Dukey when you least expect it.
Yo, I'm scared.
That's a big punish. He dropped the punish. He dropped the punish. They made it. Oh, no.
Goes for the shimmy. Grab. That is going to be for Self-Cool. Oh, my God, bro.
Dukey dropped it. Dukey dropped it. He had it. He missed the punish on the EX headbutt. He went for raw Psycho Crusher.
Dude. Dude.
I'm
just like...
Listen, it happens, man. It happens to the best of us, right? I mean, nerves kind of play a factor.
Oh, definitely. I'm sure, like, you know, all of us has been there, you know.
Are you okay?
Dude, that was so hype. Oh, my God. Okay. All right, guys, I'm back. But anyway... It's just like in that matter of time where, like, especially in the corner where both players were very, very close to dying, and it could have been anyone's game too. Dukey had the opportunity to stay alive, but he
could have killed. He just missed that last opportunity.
Exactly.
He saw the EX headbutt come out. He blocked it in time, but still didn't punish accordingly. And that was huge. He went for raw Psycho Crusher.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's kind of heartbreaking, to be honest with you. But luckily for him, that was winner's side. He still has a chance to play down below. Let's take a look at where he ends up there in the loser's side, right?
So it looks like, yeah, so here we go with the loser's bracket here. Of course, you see Pikero and Kelito, and then Dukey in that same category there. Shaka 22 and Patata Velaz, same category with Darlon. Gonta, PXLM3, and there's Mysterio, Black Zero, Moise, and then there's Chaos.
Yeah, pretty solid lineup so far. We're getting a pretty big matchup here. Pikero versus Kelito, right? Pikero was one of the players that has been highlighted from No Neutral, the pre-show with Rob TV and Brian F, right? They were talking about how strong of a player he is, making it to Capcom Cup, also qualifying for his region in 2020, and just winning, like, in general, in 2019 and 2020, the amount of tournaments he got first place in for his region has been substantial. It's been an improvement from last year's, like, to the next year. Even in 2020, he did not stop at all, didn't miss a beat. But he's going up against Kelito, who's supposedly using Sakura and has made it pretty far into top 16. I wanted to look back at the bracket to see how Pikero even got there and see what their route was, but I didn't get to see it in time.
That's true. And of course, you know, all of us, we know that what Bitch just said, Pikero, very strong Bison player. But then again, we have Kelito coming up in the losers bracket as well. And earlier, where all these players that were able to make top 16, we know that they're killers. We know that they're super strong, and they know that they have the mindset to be able to try to get their way to the top 8, and of course, maybe potentially winning the whole tournament.
That'd be a dream come true. To see, for Pikero, right, being able to get into the Capcom Cup stage again would be the world to him. But he's got 15 other players gunning for that same spot, and this is where it matters the most. This is the loser side we're about to start in. Loser is out of the tournament from here on out, but let's take a look at what both players have to say for their top 16.
All right, so Pikero, I have not had the pleasure to know Kelito, but they say he is a strong player, so I will try to win despite everything. And I really like that, because even if you haven't heard of your opponents, you still want to be able to be prepared. You don't want to be like, oh, never heard of this player, I'm just going to play like a lazy person. You don't want to do that. You want to show your opponent the like what you know, how you play, and just try to show them that I want to win. I know you want to win, but this is my time. I want to win too. So super, super cool from Pikero to say that, being humble and just trucking on here.
Let's see what Kelito had to say in response for his top 16 appearance. I reached further than Sakura's light kick. I didn't expect to get into top 16, but I'm going to do my best. I know that Pikero is one of the best in the region, but I'll do my best to make him as uncontrollable as possible in the match.
Oh my gosh, Kelito. And of course, you know, just showing Pikero that I appreciate that you saying that I am a strong player, and I know I'm a strong player. So I want to show you my Sakura, and I want to be able to beat you with my Sakura, because I know that you're a well-known player, but I also play the game, I also compete, and I want to be able to win the whole tournament.
Yeah. And I like the statement too. I've reached further than Sakura's light kick.
That's pretty funny. I like that. Because, you know, of course, like everyone, including me, you know, talk about Sakura's light kick. It's like, man, that's so good.
It's
and then
fun.
And then Kelito's like, nah.
I can go further beyond that. I can go further beyond that. Watch me. He's here in the top 16. Let's see what he's all about. In the loser's side, he's facing off against Pikero. Again, as we mentioned, Pikero hailing from Peru, Kelito from Argentina. One of the 4 Argentinians in this tournament.
And of course, again, Bison versus Sakura. But who knows if they may have a second character, just because like the patch notes did affect a whole lot of characters, buff, nerf, whatever it may be. And of course, we do see it, Sakura versus Bison. Oh my goodness.
We'll see how this plays out. Again, Sakura for the most recent balance adjustment, she didn't really get anything too drastic. They did alter her V trigger 1. Or excuse me, I think it was V skill 1. It was V skill 1. Excuse me, it was V skill 1. My mistake.
Yeah.
But it's still not going to be in play because V skill 2 is the skill of choice for Kelito.
Great anti-air from Kelito.
Let's see. Oh, getting the Psycho Axe down already. Pikero really picking and choosing his spots. Again, harassing with the scissor kick. Kelito, what a time to forward throw.
Oh, here comes the crush counter. Kelito was trying to press a button as Pikero's walking up to him menacingly.
Can we talk? Oh, wait a minute.
That's a great anti-air. Both in V-trigger activation.
And what a delay there from Pikero and the cross.
I've seen that. I've seen that. Oh my goodness. That is so scary and it is hard to block.
The hard to blockable, the classic. Now, can we talk about Pikero's rhythm so far? He's nailed almost every opening he had on the ground.
100%.
With his normals. And did you see him extend that? Oh my God, he actually got the jump in. I was very concerned whether or not he's going to miss the mark, but that jump roundhouse was so far.
And Kelito is just so on point with those anti-airs too. It's been so successful with them. Pikero is struggling, trying to find a way to get in. But of course, EX scissor kick was really good choice.
And him masking his charge for the scissor kick. He's hit Kelito pretty raw with the scissor kicks a good amount of time so far.
Oh, stops him.
That could have been huge, but still damage on the table is fine.
Oh, I love the low shimmy dance there. I like it.
That turns afterwards. Great throw tech. Shadow Axe into the trigger. This is kind of dangerous. He's checking the lows. He's looking for lows. There's the EX. EX scissor kick the whip punish.
I really like the V-shift, but that is going to work out in Kelito's favor. Gets crush counter really close to stun. Pikero still staying strong. Backs away though.
Oh boy.
Oh,
did you see that?
I love the commitment. I love the commitment there. Oh my.
Just not keeping it tight against Pikero on Wake Up. I will say, Kelito did an excellent job busting out with that EX uppercut there because Bison definitely went for the command grab. There was a frame kill and we saw the swipe. The swipe left. Sakura busting out at the last second. But again, Kelito just wasn't able to keep it consistent, unfortunately, towards that last bit.
Yeah, and you know, we've always seen what's consistent about Kelito is doing those anti-airs, and Pikero was trying to find a way to try to get in besides jumping, and he is able to reign over Kelito. We'll see if Kelito will try to show something pretty strong out here. Oh, punish the sweep. Let's go.
Still got a decent amount of damage off of that. Kelito now looking for the escape option more so, but still runs into the stand. Heavy punch was blocked, but I like this from Kelito now. Anti-air again.
Another anti-air. Like I said, very consistent. Gets the counter hit. This is going to be so scary because Pikero is standing on almost stun. Almost stun, almost stun.
Oh, the overhead gets interrupted. Pikero 100% knew it was coming. There's the command grab. Bomb has been planted. EX uppercut, get off me. Not quite dead yet. And the crush counter roundhouse.
Kelito, hello. Kelito?
I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot. Changing it up. Making sure he gets the meaty with the stand roundhouse. Ooh.
I really like how Pikero just backed away there. Doesn't want to take any chances.
And Kelito actually finding his spots, his rhythm as well. Getting the dash up. Now back-to-back throws. The second one gets tech from Pikero. Busting out EX. Scissor kick. Finding the mark yet again.
Oh my goodness, that is just so scary. Just seeing Kelito be able to just dash up at the right opportunity, not being checked by Pikero. Pikero just backing away from the fireball. Oh, a catch. Oh, no DP though, no conversion.
Oh, just the tail end of that. Psycho Axe and now activation there from Kelito. Applying cross frames even more so. Again, great tech from Pikero. Now backing off. Trigger is on deck. We might see a slide into it. Back throw, Psycho Axe incoming. You already know. Scissor kick in pursuit. And the Psycho Crusher from downtown. You thought you were free to move about the cabin?
Nope.
No, stay seated.
Pikero's just going to chase you down for eternity until he wins this.
Oh, I mean, he's practiced that, right? That forward throw, I mean, it was rehearsed. He's like, after this, I'm going to get a Psycho Crusher. There's nothing you can do about it.
Oh my goodness, he's been so successful with those EX scissor kicks.
Right.
Here we go with the V-trigger activation.
Pikero backdash 2 times over, I feel like. Kelito, okay.
Oh, I see that Kelito might have tried to do an anti-air there, but was a little bit too late. Tries to do the conversion, doesn't work out. Super close.
This is tough. Tough situation for Kelito, and he gets hit by the Devil's Reverse. Pikero takes it 2-0.
Oh my God.
Really utilizing the movement down to a T. Like the rhythm that he was playing at first, getting all the buttons he needed to. All the heavy buttons just within perfect range, getting the scissor kicks at the optimal ranges as well. He's just been super consistent. And after that, when he had to play defense, his movement was so on point.
Oh my gosh, yeah, no kidding. And, you know, earlier where we saw Pikero just trying to jump in, trying to figure out how he can close the gap and get some really good damage there. But Kelito was so strong with his anti-airs, but probably not as strong as Pikero, just trying to inch in, trying to get anything that he can get. And he got it 2-0, right? 2-0.
2-0, yeah.
What a crazy match. Seriously.
And now I feel like when we're seeing round 2 for Pikero, he has to go up against Dukey. That's going to be a Bison mirror match. I don't like the smile on your face when I said that. You don't want to see 2 Bisons make it further. You want to just see only one of them. That's unfair. Either way, Shaka 22 versus Patata Veloz is what we can expect coming up next. Shaka coming from Argentina, Patata Veloz coming from Peru.
Peru.
And I think this is the only Dawson player coming from the side of Shaka and the only Cammy player coming from Patata. Now, Cammy has been the talk of the town lately.
Yeah, because she got nerfed, right?
She got nerfed with her EX dive kick, right? That's been it's on whiff. They added more recovery to it on whiff, so being able to punish it accordingly or punish it even easier has been a pretty big deal. But on the other side, we're starting to see a little bit of Dalsum talk on social media because of the buffs he got from V-Trigger 2. Being able to use Yoga Gale canceled into V-Trigger 2 is pretty solid in setting that up, because not only do you get it from something like Yoga Flame, now you have a more consistent way of landing that, and also utilizing that mobility off of Gale too if you wanted to. If you were to get, using V-Skill 1, right? Using V-Skill 1, getting the Yoga Gale off would be pretty important, getting that V-Trigger 2 set up. But just in general, having that option, that extra option of setting up V-Trigger 2 is pretty good for Dalsum. Because I've seen some really nasty stuff in the corner. I've seen a meaty Yoga Gale hit counter it into V-Trigger 2, and then move to the other side for a funky cross-up of Gale.
Yes.
That is... I want to see that happen, to be honest.
Yeah, and yeah, no, definitely. I agree with you because I see that Patata does play Cammy, and of course Cammy got nerfed. But if Patata can make the nerfed Cammy work, then it's totally fine. Because I know that Cammy is trying to kind of like keep Dalsum grounded. You know what I mean? Because like Dalsum, he's a very slow character, but has to teleport to just get around here and there. Yeah. But Cammy is able to just have, like, you know, she has a great walk speed. She's able to like dash in and being able to use dive kick, can of Sprite, right? Is that
can of Sprite?
Yeah, can of Sprites. But yeah, no, definitely just seeing that a buffed Dalsum versus a nerfed Cammy, anything can go. You know, anything can go.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. So I'm very curious to see how this matchup is going to play out because again, Cammy pretty much dominates the ground game. Without
Definitely.
A doubt. She also has a very oppressive way of getting in, which is via dive kick, right? So that's going to be pretty interesting to see. But overall, she still remains a very, very solid character.
Yeah, she's so strong. And of course, you know, you've seen like there's 3 Cammys in Capcom Cup.
Yeah, prior to this change. Right?
Oh, yeah, that is true.
I mean, we'll see how it plays out. I still personally feel like she's the same character, to be quite honest with you.
Yes.
So we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't know if it's going to shatter the illusion for anybody, but expect Cammy to still be very consistent. For the most part, though, Dalsum, we've seen, again, this significant shakeup. So we'll see how it plays out. We do have the quotes ready from both players. Shaka versus Patata. Let's see what they had to say going into top 16.
So, Patata Veloz, I hope to win despite the recent changes. Hey, you know, staying positive and just staying with his main girl, that's totally fine. Because, like I said, you know, you can make it work if you believe hard enough.
If you work hard enough, I feel like, too. That's without a doubt.
True, that definitely.
Let's take a look at what Shaka had to say in response. My competitors in this tournament play at an excellent level. They are undoubtedly the best in South America. We will do our best to survive until tomorrow.
Humble.
I like that. Yeah,
Love
see, he's bringing the entire region with him. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, we're here to showcase our talents. And it's pretty cool. He's not just looking out for himself. He's like, you know what? I'm glad that we get to represent ourselves as a region, as a South America West region, and getting our own qualifier. So very, very important. And I think it's a great attitude to have overall. Him making it this far is undoubtedly a feat in and of itself. It's not an easy path to get into the top 16, especially with 186
186,
people.
that's what I was saying. Yeah, and you know, of course, like I know I sound like a broken record, but of course,
play that song.
Yeah,
play it.
Of course, in winners and losers, we have seen so many killers, and again, you know, I admit that I haven't heard of these players, but I know they are so strong, and they're able to make top 16. And we have like Cammy, and then we have Dalsum, both very strong players, very humble. Super excited to see this.
Yeah, we've had a very interesting top 16 in terms of character diversity so far. I mean, we've seen an Ed, we've seen a Balrog, we've seen Birdie, Colleen, Akuma. We've seen a handful of them, but Nash, not ever. I feel like in a very long time.
In top 16 too. That is incredible.
So we're going to see it. Dalsum versus Cammy. Absolutely ecstatic to see it. I want to see how this plays out. I want to see what kind of tricks both players have against each other.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Also, there was a significant change to V-Skill 1. Being able to combo into it from further distances. You could do it off of a roundhouse. You could do it off of a medium punch from further distances. A lot more consistent when it comes to getting that damage and knockdown, actually. So we'll see how that plays out.
See, and there we go with the spiral. Oh, just trying to close the gap. Great damage from Patata. Oh, other side, just to punish the V-Skill.
Big anvil. I like that. I'm liking this a lot. The aggression from Shaka does get the stun. And a big combo to end it. And some meter. That's a great way to build that meter, too.
Man, that hurts.
It burns. It tastes like burning. Okay, out of that. Oh.
Great confirm from Patata into the corner. This is going to be a great opportunity for Patata. Oh, okay. Tries to do it for the V-Skill too.
Yeah, trying to catch a limb, if anything.
Exactly.
And again, I'm liking this from Shaka's. What an excellent time to V-reversal there. Patata just willing to use that.
Oh, just a little in short just to get the hit. But that's totally fine. Patata was able to open up Shaka.
Oh, that was very deep. Still getting the rest of the lift upper after the crouch jab. So deep. Put Dalsum to sleep. I'm liking this there from Patata.
Patata is flipping Shaka like a burger right now.
I feel that. We'll see who's hungrier than the other here in the next round.
Whoa!
Gets that juggle point.
I've never seen that before. Well, that's actually so sick.
Yeah, so again, that V-Skill got nerfed. He does get put in the juggle state now.
And here we go with the V-Trigger, not V-Trigger, Critical Art activation. And that's going to be a lot of damage, but it's okay. Shaka is able to build up the resources. Patata really close to stun, but then again, also has all those resources.
Uh-oh. Does catch the movement there against Shaka. Doesn't spend the rest of it. He's saving the rest of that V-Trigger for an approach. Mysteries of Yoga is going to be unlocked. Back throw.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of burning here.
Oh,
Crush
no!
counter!
That's going to be a lot of damage. Oh, I mean, decent amount of damage either way. Oh, this is tough. One touch away. It all changed after that crush counter and the V-Trigger activation. I feel like Patata took way more damage than Shaka did in the last V-Trigger exchange. Oh, out of there!
Oh my god!
Did he press a button or did he just get outright clipped?
No, just...
I didn't see the counter hit.
Dude, I feel like Patata was waiting for when Shaka was about to, land, and he's like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that makes sense, yeah.
And then, of course, activated Critical Art. Oh, my God.
I was trying to see, did he teleport prior to that? I couldn't remember because I just saw Yoga Stasis, and I was focusing on how Patata was going to close the gap. He did have Critical Art on deck, and he used it so well. I honestly thought maybe... I think Shaka might have pressed the button on the way down, but I couldn't tell if he just got outright clipped. I have to see the replay.
Yes, 100%.
Oh my gosh. Patata taking it out.
Yeah, and of course, Patata is making it work. Doesn't matter if Cammy is nerfed. I'm still going to try to beat over Dalsum. Oh, gets caught in a fireball. A counter hit, but no combo.
Ooh. Still stuck in this corner.
Ooh, jab out of the teleport too.
Oh! This is tough. It's going to be all Patata right now. He's fighting all the right reads against Shaka's defense. Getting opened up. A throw will do it. Oh my! That was a throw bait. That was a delay tech throw bait, or maybe like a button press. Either way, Patata using that V-Skill, dashing up, and then the delay off of that.
That was so
Clip
smart.
for the crush counter and the stun.
Oh!
Spiral arrow out the gate.
I like it. The commitment is real.
Again. Do it again. Too far out for the counter hit to convert. Cannon Strike finding all the right marks here from Patata. This is looking pretty good. Don't get back thrown. Shaka knew it. Big tech. Hasn't found momentum yet. Mysteries of Yoga. Is it going to be solved? V-reversal. Yes, it has been solved successfully.
Just get out of there. You want to be barbecued?
Oh. Ooh-wee.
Crush counter.
No, he
going
was
to be
too close. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? Can you believe he went for the uppercut into critical art? Can you believe it? Was that a throw? Was that light DP?
Oh my god.
I thought they were going to change that. I thought the changes were, to make it so that you have to use V shift more. But no, she has throw invulnerable cannon spike. She still has that.
I'm like laughing so much.
I was surprised. I was thoroughly surprised. Did he go for a throw? I want to check the buttons now.
I definitely want to see a replay of that. I want to see 2 replays. The one where
it was Yoga Stasis that got caught by the critical art. That's one.
And then the DP into a critical art. But it's like, did he press a button? Did he do anything, or was he not prepared for that to happen?
So, I mean, there was more than enough ample time to catch a meaty. I feel that.
Sure.
But did he go for the throw? It could have been the throw, because if he did, then it makes sense for the uppercut to hit that way if it's light DP, right?
Definitely. Oh my gosh. I was just like
that was raw. That was super raw. That was ridiculous. Good call out from Patata. Yeah. That was an excellent read. I mean, without a doubt,
he made it work too.
Yeah, it was dangerous, right? He bet it all on that read, considering the fact that Shaka still had V-reversal on deck prior to the uppercut landing. So, I mean, I got to check out that replay again. That was 100%. A solid read from Patata. He's going to be eliminating Shaka 22.
Okay. All right. All right, calming down. Okay, so so Patata does proceed to the bracket in losers, by the way. But then next we have Gonta versus PXLM3, and then afterwards we have Black Zero versus Moise.
Oh man, I'm actually kind of deflated after that, because there were so many back-to-back hype moments in that entire set, right? Patata Veloz has had all the right call-outs so far, and again, we're seeing Cammy in this certain light where people are expecting her to be a little bit worse off.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I mean, only one thing got changed significantly, and that was the EX dive kick.
And I just really like, how we saw Patata said in his quote that he is confident in his Cammy, and even if she got nerfed, he's still gonna make it work, and he was able to make it work. And just seeing that, I feel like it gives Cammy players some hope. I'm still going to be able to play Cammy and stay strong, stay true to her. But before we look at more of those matches, we are going to take a quick break, so don't go anywhere, guys. Man. I know! We got to calm down. We got to cool it down, because that last match was bonkers. It was super bonkers.
Yeah, stay tuned. We'll see you more with the loser side when we return.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the Southeast America. Oh, no, Southwest. Southwest America turn. Guys, welcome again. I am here with Vicious, and of course, I am Yuri Marine. I'm so pumped up to see all these awesome matches. And if you were here before, man, what a roller coaster!
Yeah, it's been going back and forth throughout the entire day. To be quite honest with you, we saw what happened, what transpired in the top of the show for top 16 on the winner's side, right? We saw a 2-0 pretty quickly from the side of Nero the Boxer versus Chaos. But since then, it's been pretty back and forth, right? I feel like the volume has been turned up all the way up, actually, as we saw Young Ho versus Mysterio happen 2-1. Darlon versus Frozen, a very impressive bout, 2-1 as well. Self-Cool against Dukey, 2-0. Those are the matches that transpired in the winner's side. Let's take a look at the losers, where it got pretty nasty, right? Pikero versus Kelito. Again, a very great showcase from both players. Shaka versus Patata Veloz. We saw the power of Cammy still in full effect, taking it again 2-0 over Shaka's Dalsim.
Yeah, and of course, you know, as we saw the previous match, it was, of course, really hype, and it really got out of my seat. But of course, all these matches are making me get out of my seat, getting so hype, and seeing all these strong players trying to utilize like what they know against their opponent. But yeah, still in the losers bracket, super pumped to see more of these matches.
No, without a doubt. I mean, we're still going through it. We have plenty of loser sides to go through because the top 8 for winner side, they're all done, they're chilling. That's how it usually goes, right? They play one game, if they win, they're chilling until tomorrow. Loser side is where it really gets kind of sweaty, you know? Again, it's pretty much you if you get eliminated, I mean, you're done for the weekend.
Definitely.
But at least you get to watch some Red Bull Kumite as well, or some VODs, you know what I'm saying? So it's a great weekend for Street Fighter V, that's all I'm saying. Gonta versus PX-LM3. I'm going to even say the dash. PX-LM3. Now,
it sounds like a license plate.
Maybe, or like a computer program. Who knows? So both of these players, right? I'm going to say I looked them up. Wasn't too familiar with them in the CPT. But from what we know, Gonta is from Peru, rocking Colleen and possibly Rashid. PX-LM3 from Colombia is rocking it out with Urian.
Man, and you know, we've seen like Urian from the winner side, and then we also have Urian on the loser side. But
Correct.
Of course, I'm strongly assuming, of course, these players are very strong. I am just really interested in seeing Colleen versus Urian, because I haven't seen a lot of Colleen versus Urian in my experience. But, you know, Rashid is also very good, and then we got, and then Urian. I'm just like, I'm losing my breath.
You stop
here.
down with authority. You're like, I want to see it.
I
do believe we have our quotes ready from both players. Let's take a look at what they had to say for their top 16 appearance. Here we go. Gonta says, I look forward to great matches and to advance as much as I can in this tournament.
Dude, all these players are so humble and so
cool.
strong. I just really love to see that, because, you know, showing that sportsmanship, because of course you want to play them in the future. You don't want to have some bad blood. Exactly, bad blood with these other players, because like I said, we're all here to grow, we're all here to learn, and we're all having a great time. So, and then we have the next quote here. PX-LM3. Gonta is a very strong player. I just hope the conditions are in place to defeat him. And again, you know, like just being able to aspire to climb to the top and being able to defeat these very strong players. Because again, getting into top 16 and being in the same pool, or like top 16 and top 8 with these killers.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely, how should I put it, like an opportunity, or
I think that's a pretty solid way to put it, honestly. This is a really great opportunity showcasing some of these regions. When you look at PX-LM3, hailing from Colombia, he is the only Colombian in top 16 trying to represent himself against the pool of Chileans and Peruvians as well, because Chileans, there's like 5 people from Chile, 5 people from Peru, 4 from Argentina, just to kind of rehash a little bit. 1 Venezuelan, and then 1 Colombian, again, being PX. So it's kind of tough, man. It's kind of intimidating. He's like, yo, man, where are all my countrymen at? You know?
That is true, but of course, just carrying it on his back.
I gotta say, I'm looking forward to this next show of sets, by the way. Do you see El Chocote versus Gold Boy Toy?
I love those two so much.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later. My mistake. It's gonna be Colleen versus Urian. It's gonna be pretty exciting. For the most part, Colleen has some very interesting changes, but it's still going to be V-Trigger 2. That's what I was looking forward to.
All right, perfect. And this is what I wish for, because I do want to see more of Urian and Colleen. Gonta starting out so strong. Now fall into the corner.
And I like the safe option there on wake up. Oh, yeah, that exchange off the back roundhouse.
I see that with punish on the sweep.
Don't make a deal with the devil. He shakes his hand. Don't take it.
Shake my hand.
Shake my hand, boy.
Shake my hand. Aegis Reflector.
What's the setup? What side? V-shift nullifying that mix-up completely.
And of course, just using the V-shift just to get out the situation, but still in that situation.
I thought he was going to have critical art, but he still gets the high-low mix-up afterwards.
Woo!
He threw the low-medium kick. He threw the startup of low-medium kick. That would have been an activation for Gonta.
100%. Okay, and both sitting on critical art resources. This is anything can go, really. But of course, both are just trying to fish things out. Uses the EX.
What a time to jump.
Exactly!
How did you know?
Gonta doesn't want to take any chances. Tries to cross over, but doesn't work. But it's okay. Crunch counter. Bringing him into the corner.
Good amount of damage there. Let's see what the option is. I like PX just fighting his way out of the corner. There's the EX headbutt, but he gets nullified.
V-trigger activation. Feel yourself.
Oh, a lot closer. Yeah, firing
I do
out.
like that, just to try to inch in.
Ooh. Still has V-trigger on deck. Very dangerous. Yeah, he tried to catch the activation of the V-skill, but a little too shy.
And PX LM3 is just trying his best to deplete the V-trigger activation from Gonta.
Oh!
Oh!
The back jab was enough to get there.
That was so cool.
Activation up close. Make itself safe after the target combo. Chasing down now. Gonta is stuck here. PX did get the V-skill activation as well. You cannot jump over that. Oh! But he missed the conversion. Oh, no.
Oh, my gosh. Gonta V.
He was ready. He was ready, Marine. He baited out the V-shift.
Oh,
went for the throw.
Goodness.
And punished it. Perfect punish there from Gonta.
And that must have hurt because PX just had the life fleet, but Gonta was able to stay alive. Great jump in from Gonta. Be gone! Be gone again!
She's still there.
And Gonta is, of course, just playing patient, just trying to jump over it without getting anti-aired. There you go.
What
Perfect
a time.
opportunity.
Great reaction there and anticipation there from Gonta. Good amount of damage. Don't get thrown. Oh, reversal headbutt. But it's fine.
Oh, and interrupts the overhead with the low.
Ooh, big whiff.
That's okay. He's still plus. He's still able to get out of the situation.
Oh, I thought we were going to see an activation. We're going to see it now.
Aegis Reflector.
He tried to get a reset into the throw. Gonta 100% ready with that V-shift. You had to imagine he was pressing the heck out of it. He was just going in.
And this is a really scary situation for Gonta because he does not have V-trigger, but PX does have V-trigger available. Doesn't have it anymore. Tries to use the fire, the wall shield to get in.
Yeah, tries to use the mirror to kind of get that V-skill up, and I like that you cannot jump over.
That is going to
You're
hurt.
dead. You're actually dead. Very nice conversion there from PX.
Wow, wow, wowie zowie. Oh my god. That was actually very, very excellent. You know, very strong showing from not Gonta, PX. I'm like switching the names around, but of course, you know, Gonta playing patient, but PX was able to just kind of like I said, you know, inch in, try to fish something out, especially with the low forward too. That was like just so long.
Yeah, both characters have very solid low forwards. One makes it, or one of them is scarier than the other. I feel like I think Yuri is pretty deadly, but Colleen also pretty good. All right, here we go. Does get the jump in. Gonta reversal from the side of PX gets thrown instead. There was a reversal. We saw it. And again, a slew of metallic spheres trying to find a way out. And that's fine. That's totally fine for PX. He does get himself out of the corner at the cost of a bar. And that's going to be all right. Oh, yeah. Punishing the coral kick. Checking with the coral punches.
Yeah, just both
kicks.
playing patient. Oh, crosses over to the side, but doesn't get anything. Just a sliver too small.
This is a dangerous situation still. I feel like Gonta, again, he's complacent with playing this life lead game.
Yes.
Just letting PX throw out these metallic spheres. But as soon as the jump in happens, he was anticipating the fireball.
Trying to inch in here and wants to get some additional damage, but of course, back to phase one, trying to space things out.
And we're already down to nearly 30 seconds. PX does get an opportunity to get the V-skill charged up. Gonta, however, has a trigger. He's going to go right through that at the tail end of it. Yeah, very good anticipation. Good call out against the fireball.
Aegis reflector. This is going to hurt, man.
Oh, he dropped it. So
overhead.
It was a reset. Oh no, he's not finishing his food, Marine. He's saving the leftovers. Come on now. You gotta finish it. You gotta finish it. 4 seconds left on the clock. Don't get hit. Oh, he does get hit. All PX had to do was sit there and block. All he had to do was sit there and block. Marine is at a loss for words. She's gone full soundboard. Come on, Marine. We got to put it into words. We got to put it into words here. Talk to me.
All right, calming down now. Of course, going back to Facebook. Oh, misses the anti-air. Great advantage for Gonta.
I'm liking this a lot. Gonta, again, he's got to be feeling real good about that last round. EX Chariot Tackle finally finding the mark. I feel like that's the first one hit out of the entire day so far.
For sure. And Gonta very confident because he does have full resources here. V-trigger activation, critical arts.
And he's slowing it down significantly, right? Oh, he's anticipating the fireball a little bit too much. A little overzealous on the activation, but here comes PX. No, the Quarrel Punch. Okay. That's nice and easy there from PX. A good start, or at least a good way to tie it up. Look at that match point now. Wow. That was so late.
He was able to do the anti-air just in time, grabs the EX parry. PX is so ready, but Gonta is able to get something in.
Ooh. Checking with the sand medium kick, is barely out of range. And I like that check on the dash from Gonta with the crouch medium punch. Does have the V trigger on deck. What's the activation route? Off of low medium kick. There is a counter hit, but no conversion.
Strike.
Ooh. It's very tough. It's very tense, actually.
Very.
Any solid hit, a lot of great damage. I mean, not bad for a jab. That's a lot of damage on board.
Yeah, PX is so ready. Oh, tries to activate the V-trigger there probably, but Gonta was able to interrupt him. Oh, the second one didn't hit, though.
There's a chance. There's a chance for PX. Jumps out of the corner, or excuse me, jumps out of the Aegis. Might as well be a corner, right? What a way to close the gap using the charged up metallic sphere. Does have the V-skill on deck. Gonta is not able to jump over these. I don't even think neutral jump would help because I feel like the heavy headbutt would hit. Okay, finds the right timing.
I really like how PX is so confident with that much health. Oh, was able to get the fireball to hit, grab right in the corner.
Oh boy. Oh boy, tough situation for PX. Can Gonta tie it all up 1-to-1? Does have another V-skill. Double layered. I'm just kidding.
9 seconds on the clock.
Uh-oh. The overhead!
That's actually the first overhead I've seen throughout this whole thing.
I haven't seen it in weeks.
Yeah!
I have not seen that hit in weeks.
I feel like sometimes it could be your last resort, you know, just trying to do the overhead, try to sneak something in. Because obviously, we didn't see him use overhead. So it's like, I'm going to use it now, and you're not going to expect it.
Yeah, it's not after a string. It's not after being cornered. It's just in neutral. Just threw it out there as a surprise, and it worked. It tied it all up. Now we get another chance at potentially moving on. But we'll see if PX LM3 has something to say about that. We'll see.
Oh,
big jump in. You saw that in anticipation of the metallic sphere.
I did see that, yes.
Oh, big crush counter with the back roundhouse. Another, just checking.
Oh no, that's going to be a punish. Yep.
Missed the conversion.
Get me out of the corner. V-shift out of there. Doesn't want to deal with the overhead.
Ooh.
Shake my hand.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh. And you know, we've seen like Gonta trying to jump at the right opportunity. I've never seen PX do that as an anti-air.
What, the coral punch?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's usually always like the elbow up. Oh! I like that.
Now it's kind of tough. A lot more room space. Okay. No, I feel like he could have converted off of that.
And of course, PX is sitting with sliver health.
There's the activation. Raw, you're not out of here yet.
Counter hit.
Oh, what happened? What happened? There was a counter hit. Cooling him down a little bit. There's the anti-air you were looking for.
Yes.
Another raw EX Chariot tackle. Here comes Gonta.
And what a
firing
challenge,
away.
too, because PX tried to shimmy Gonta, but Gonta isn't taking his chances there. Oh! Okay. I like that because he does not want to get hit, but it anti-air. Tries to get to the other side and put PX into the corner. Tries to anti-air, but it trades.
Oh, coral kick is going to whiff. It was going to whiff. Here comes Gonta.
Strike.
One more sequence for a stun, possibly. Or it's going to be very close to stun.
Really close to stun.
A tick throw will do it. And I think that's more than enough. Gonta eliminates PXLM3. Very well done. Again, a huge turnaround from what we saw in the first game, right?
Got ice in the veins, you know what I mean?
You're going to, yeah. I knew you were going to do it. I knew you were going to do it. You're a meme lord. I like it. I thoroughly enjoy it.
But yeah, of course, both great players, and, you know, just seeing, oh my gosh, like, I'm trying to, like, recollect my thoughts because we've seen a lot of jumping from Gonta, obviously, just trying to inch in, trying to get in,
yeah, he's trying to close the gap mostly because of the strategy that PXLM3 presented, right? For the most part, he was throwing out metallic spheres.
Yes.
He was getting himself ready with that V-skill as well. However, I don't blame PX going for that strategy because initially, Gonta would kind of miss the mark. And like the first couple of rounds, he would miss the mark, and PX was able to anti-air pretty consistently, whether it be through a normal, whether it be through a headbutt, right? I feel like Gonta didn't make PX pay for the fireball game too badly until the later end of that series, right? That's when he started predicting more metallic spheres coming out, getting more consistent jump-ins, right? So that was a pretty big thing to highlight in that set.
Yeah, because like I want to say about the jump-ins where like Gonta was able to, you know, like jump in, but have some space to like literally be like right next to each other like this, instead of like hitting PX with, you know, shooting out those fireballs. But PX was able to land like, you know, the elbow anti-airs and get a conversion from that.
Yeah.
But man, it was just a crazy set because both players, of course, they both played very well, played very patient, but it looks like PX was able to outpatient Gonta and move on.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. There was a huge turnaround in the pace from the side of Gonta, and you could really see it as it turned out towards the rest of those rounds. But I will say, there was a time where PX actually had the game.
Exactly.
There was that one moment where he dropped a significant drop to get the game.
And it happens, you know, it happens when you drop your combos, but I really like how he just, you know, he's like, that happens, I'm going to keep pushing through, and he was able, like I said, was able to move through, or actually no.
It was Gonta, yeah.
It was Gonta.
He took the momentum right away after that significant drop against PX. And I don't think PXLM3 mentally recovered from that shakeup. So again, Gonta now moving on, playing off against Mysterio in round 2 of losers as we get ourselves ready for the next one. Black Zero, hailing from Chile, against Moise, also from Chile. So it's a Chilean showdown. Black Zero rocking that Karen and Moise rocking Laura. It was meant to be. It was meant to be. Laura Army. So talk to me a little bit about that. You've had a handful of Karen experience as well, too, right?
Yes, 100%. So, yeah, like I always play my local friend. Shout outs to Kangaroo. I, you know, like he taught me a lot about the Karin matchup, and you know, just seeing Karin versus Laura in top 16, I will definitely, you know what's like, you know, going on. How can Laura, utilize her tools, while Karin has just, you know, powerful tools over Laura.
She's still
so
super good. Yeah. As a former Karen main, I still think she's pretty decent. Pretty decent. I'm downplaying her a little bit, but she's pretty good. But either way, let's take a look at what both players had to say in their top 16 quotes.
So, Black Zero, getting to the top 16 in one of the most important tournaments makes me very happy. This top 16 will be very dynamic. Anyone can win. I will do my best. Dude, you know, again, I'm sounding like a broken record, but all these players are so humble. They're so great, and they just want to play. They just want to learn. That's why, like, I miss offline tournaments, but just having an online tournament like this kind of takes me back home.
I like that. Yeah, being able to showcase your very best representing your region as well is an all-important deal, right?
For sure.
Let's take a look at what Moise had to say for his top 16. Black Zero is a good online player. Very straightforward. He's done the research. He's gotten this far in top 16. Now he's taking it one opponent at a time. And what he has to say about Black Zero? He's a good online player.
Black Zero is a good online player. I like that, though.
Must terminate. Like, so, I mean, we'll see how it's going to turn out, right? Maybe it'll be clockwork for Moise because, you know, Laura has some pretty decent set play options, but so does Karen.
Yes, and again, you know, like Karen, I feel like she wins the footsie games. But
She
of
does.
course,
I think she does.
Yes, and then Laura, she does have the V-trigger comeback factor as well. And it's going to be really scary because once Laura gets in, there's no stop. There's nothing stopping her at all.
I do kind of want to talk about this a little bit. With the changes to V-Skill, again, with some of these balance adjustments, they really want to highlight some of the other V-Skills and V-Triggers for the most part. Do you think that's going to be significant for Laura players to switch up? Because I feel like V-Skill 1 is just too powerful in mix-up potential and resets.
See, and again, you know, like for V-Skill, not V-Skill, V-Skill, yeah. So for V-Skill 1, you're able to get around because Laura, she needs to get around. She needs to get in there to be able to win the match for herself.
I agree.
But of course, like V-Skill 2, it's nice. It's really cool. It's really flashy.
She gets a really good corner combo damage off of that as well.
Yes,
Some new
definitely.
routes.
But overall, V-Skill 1, in my opinion, is better than V-Skill 2.
I think so too, with the mix-up potential behind it, being able to get rid of the scaling and keep your opponent scared and forcing the error, it's pretty dangerous. However, Karen also sticking with V-Skill 1 and V-Trigger 1 did have some changes to V-Skill 2, but we're not going to see it, so not going to talk about it. But again, V-Set 1 is the choice for Laura as well.
Oh no, tries to go for the fierce forward, gets a light kick into elbow, crush counter. This is going to be in the corner, same side, but gets the tech grab.
Ooh. I like that check there from Black Zero again, standing with the roundhouse. Oh boy, saw the interruption against the V skill activation and
goes for the command grab. That is not going to be stunned, but super close to death here.
Very unfortunate.
Very, very strong from Moise. Black Zero is trying to find a closure, trying to find ways to get around all these mix-ups.
It was unfortunate because Black Zero had the right idea of the anti-air, but Moise was just at a sharp angle.
But
Look at that damage.
Yeah, but here we go. Black Zero just coming on strong here. Learn his mistakes from the first round.
Oh.
I like the backdash. Just get out of that situation. You do not want to deal with it because
he's not even trying to contest EX Thunderclap at all.
It puts you on proxy block, so you got to dash out of there.
Yeah, what a smart decision there for Black Zero. There's the anti-air he was looking for initially.
Oh, and tries to punish with the fierce from Moise.
Ooh.
Black Zero is able to find an opening. Grabs and puts Moise in the corner. This is really scary against Karin. Another grab, dash up grab.
That was pretty significant.
Oh,
we saw Moise go for EX command grab. Black Zero was already buffering crouch medium punch into just frame Tenko.
Oh,
that was
wow.
cool. Very nice. Very nice use of the V skill against the Thunderclap.
Yep, and Black Zero is trying to find, you know, an opening as Moise just dashes in, just like that. Oh! Oh, and it goes for the roundhouse instead of the elbow, the generic elbow setup.
Oh! That could have been dangerous. Now Moise in full control of the corner, and again fires away with EX for Senha, forcing the air. It's what we kind of talked about earlier, what we were alluding to. Laura kind of puts you in these situations to force errors. EX for Senha finds the mark
Goes for
this
the
time.
other commitments. Be on your guard. Goes for the shimmy. Moise takes it, but gets a lot of damage. But X-Phase V-Trigger. This is going to be explosive.
Again, all the mobility in the world with the V skill.
Oh no, but drops it though.
Big drop. Plus frames after that, and the shimmy is there.
Shimmy, that's going to hurt. And I like how Moise was trying to be patient because we did see Black Zero do EXDP after that interaction there.
Yeah, yeah.
So, man, yeah. So as I said before, you know, Moise was able to, you know, like get all those mix-ups here and there, but Black Zero was able to learn from his mistakes from the first round and be able to capitalize on that and, you know, like I said, learn, obviously.
Yeah.
But
No, I mean, like, it's a step-by-step process. It's a round-by-round process, I should say. Black Zero has found a significant weakness in Moise's defense, though.
Yes.
He's prone to throwing. He's definitely prone to throw baits.
yeah, and I wonder if Black Zero is going to abuse that option just to try to shimmy Moise, but Moise may probably learn.
Yeah. On the other hand, Black Zero is also keen to throwing out the EX for Senha. Oh, no.
Oh, interesting.
Same side mix-up. EX for Senha yet again.
Black Zero is very, very skilled to even pinpoint those DPs, and Moise is still trying to find ways to get in and has V-Trigger on deck. This will be the comeback factor. Here we go. Party time. What's going to be?
There's one command grab. what's going to happen afterwards.
Dash underneath to jump over. But of course, utilizing the fireball just to kind of walk with it and see if Black Zero would press a button. Oh, wow!
That was sick. Big counter poke from the side of Moise. Here comes the activation from the sweep from Black Zero. Only gets one more chance at V-trigger, but that thunderclap is going to be a problem for a little bit longer. He spins the trigger for it, and he extra off. Busts out and finds the gap.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Slow down, slow down.
30 seconds left on the clock. Moise has plenty of time to work with the life lead as well, and the thunderclap could build some meter for himself. Black Zero now on the ropes with no bar and just has to find a solid confirm to take it. But Moise, again, has to play this life lead.
And I really like how... Whoa!
Oh, that was rough.
I really
That
like how
was
Moise is just
rough.
utilizing the fireball just to try to like use a protection.
Oh, the counter
hit! Especially at a sliver of health like that. That is so scary. Oh my
He
goodness.
got the conversion. Crouch jab into crouch medium punch. Moise, the clutch god right now.
And again, just using those fireball as a protection. Black Zero comes through with a normal anti-air. Oh,
that's
counter
tough.
hits. Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't
I felt
ready.
that.
Wasn't ready for the interruption against the the regular command dash.
And Black Zero was so ready for that side, the same side here. EXDP.
Another anti-air. Then a roundhouse to follow suit. Moise does have party time ready. Ooh.
Not done yet.
Are we going to see an activation, or he's going to keep the trigger for the reversal factor? We'll see. Nope, he's going to go for the confirm. I like that. I like him spending the bar there as well.
That's got to sting. Oh, jeez.
It hurts.
And of course, Moise starts out with a lot of resources. Use his fireball just to start to put Black Zero into the corner. Great side switch. Oh, I like the
Another
delayed dash.
Too far for the conversion, and now Moise is trying to keep this control. Same side. There's the V shift and the V break.
I don't want to deal with that. Black Zero still staying strong. Wow, side switch, anti-air gets the confirm. This is going to hurt because Moise is very close to stun. Uses the V shift though. That's very smart.
Yeah, wasn't ready for the follow-up either. Black Zero did get a throw out to bait, but it's kind of difficult sometimes if you're not ready for it.
Here we go. Command grab. What's the setup?
Just
A fireball.
and backing out of there. EX thunderclap incoming. No, sir. Just dissipates. Not enough time to chase it down. I like the movement from Black Zero. He is at a life deficit, but Moise is still pushing. There's an activation route. Boom! Forward throw.
I like the grab just to kind of like break the momentum from Moise, but Moise is still not down here. A grab. That's going to be 2-0 to Black Zero. Oh.
I will say again, Moise had a really tough time holding on to that life lead in so many situations, in so many instances, that I feel like if he just stuck it out just a little bit longer and kind of checked the forward movement from Black Zero, whether it be via command dash, whether it be a regular dash, right? I feel like he would have been able to hold on to it and just secure the rounds for himself.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But again, you know, like I said, that Karin is just a strong character overall without V-Trigger or with V-Trigger. Yeah, but against, you know, Laura, it's definitely a struggle. And I definitely share that struggle as well, because Karin just has all these footsies, these tools to be able to keep Laura out, or even keep her in a spot where she can just keep doing damage over and over again. But then again, you know, GG's to Moise, like seriously, great Laura, great showing. And of course, Black Zero moves on to the bracket. As
we see here, what's transpired in the first round of the loser side. We're moving on into round 2, starting it off with Dukey versus Pikero. Pikero, with already a pretty solid record right now from the loser side, got a win and eliminated Kelito. Dukey actually fell to Self-Cool's Yuri in the winner's side. So now we're going to see the Bison mirror match, potentially.
It's going to be fun.
How do you feel? How do you really feel about that?
Obviously, yeah, it's a mirror match, and we know like how both opponents know how their characters work, and they're just going to try to, I guess, like just try to fish something out. You know, it's like, okay, I know you're probably going to do fierce, but I'm trying to space myself and do this instead. Sure. So it's really a matter of fact of just trying to figure out, like, okay, what are my opponent's bad habits? Can I calculate that? Can I download that? So it's going to, I would say, sure, it's a mirror match, but it's going to be pretty intense, pretty interesting in a way.
Yeah, I mean, you see some significant playstyle differences between both players.
Exactly.
Pikero is definitely one to do really well in hiding his charges and bust out with the scissor kick a good amount of times. He's hit Kelito so many times with scissor kicks that none of us were expecting, really. It could have been within range of any sort of fierce, a psycho axe, but instead scissor kick comes out, and it's at a range where it's very hard to punish, or even if it's like unpunishable, right? And then Dukey, on the other hand, also does a great job of utilizing that stand medium punch up close.
Yes.
That's also been a very big factor in his match against Self Cool, being able to get those frame traps going consistently. So you're going to see a very interesting play style between the two. Let's see what they have to say to each other. I think we have quotes from both players, though. Okay, we don't, because we are in the loser side. They're just focused on the match. That was my mistake, honestly.
No, you're good. You're good.
Do they have quotes from each other already? No, we're going right into the losers. Let's see into round 2. Pikero versus Dukey.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, gracious. Again, like just a mirror match. Of course, we'll learn some things, from these top players. We'll be able to learn some cool combos, cool mix-ups. I'm really excited. Even though I don't play Bison, but I have a lot of friends who play Bison, and I'm sure that they're watching this right now.
Yeah, and that's the best thing about these CBT events. Even Red Bull Kumite as well. We get to see some of the best talents in different areas, different playstyles really come to the light and kind of take some of the strategies we see and integrate it into our own game style or play style, I should say. So again, these are one of those opportunities that are just like something you do not want to miss. Again, we highly encourage you guys to check out all the VODs on all streaming platforms as well, wherever you may be tuning in. First of all, we thank you. Second of all, you guys cannot be missing all the Street Fighter V. There's been so much right now, and there's so much more to look forward to, starting with the Bison versus Bison. We got to do that as a pose someday. Just like, yeah, that was sick.
Let's go.
Into the mirror match we go. Dukey versus Pikero.
Man, I want Bison to win.
I'm definitely rooting for Bison. So off the bat, we see Pikero already advancing forward, so he's not masking his charge, but he does find the mark with that heavy punch against
Double
Psycho
crush
Axe.
counter so far.
And it's so good because it's such a good tool against V-Shift. Psycho Axe can hit as a meaty, or it can hit the tail end of the V-Shift for a crush counter. And Pikero 100% aware of what's to come in this match. Despite the changes with the V-Shift mechanic, he was so ready for it.
So strong, so prepared, ready for any opportunity. Dukey will definitely have some opportunities as well. Oh, a trade! Oh, on his other side switch.
And I like the chase down.
Yes.
Either way, that was going to be safe. A safe approach in, but Dukey just happens to find the mark. Ooh.
Okay, I kind of like that, but also, just putting him in the corner.
And I like
Sit
that.
down.
Again, with the frame traps, right? I think he caught Pikero and his movement. I like that. Ooh. Okay. And we see the stoppage here from Dukey. Oh my goodness. Pikero has to sit on all this meter. And again, you know what I was talking about earlier, right? Dukey has such a way with the medium punches connecting, whether it be via frame trap, catching a throw bait. He's just been super on point with it in terms of timing and the rhythm.
Oh, and look at the fireball that's still traveling all the way into the corner. That's some great pressure.
Scheming. He was scheming for it. Pikero finds his way out of the corner. What's going to be the approach? Devil's Reverse finds the mark. He dashed up in his face anyway. Again, catching the frame trap. Low medium punch to stop Pikero's movement. Oh, but it's fine. I felt like he wasn't comfortable with the punish.
And there we go with the trade. Oh, misses the grab opportunity. Pikero does have some resources here.
They both dash up into each other at the same time.
Catches the V-shift. Goes for the shimmy, but Pikero is not done yet.
Ooh. Here comes the Psycho Axe. Devil's Reverse to chase it.
Yo, this is just like a cat and mouse chase right now. This is intense.
He's trying to hang on to the life lead. Dukey, you just have to hold it. Oh, I like the V-break. There's the V-trigger
Travel with the
activation.
fireball.
Out of there, no longer a threat. I mean, yeah, no longer a threat for sure. Oh, and he's still dashing. Dukey takes it away from Pikero.
Dukey.
I like the dash in, no fear. He had a slight life lead, but any touch would have pretty much killed him, I feel like.
For sure, definitely. And, Pikero did, he tried so well just to bring it back. And especially with that much health, too, it's nerve-wracking. I probably would have just, started mashing or something.
I would have mashed also. If I see a dash pressing lights, anything, I would have immediately. But hey, Dukey takes it away. First game.
Oh, escapes from that. Is this stun? Yes.
4 dashes now into the corner. Dukey in a tight situation. Oh, big cross. Ambiguous. I feel like it was sharp enough to tell, but I thought it was going to be something else.
Yeah, and I see that Dukey is trying to back away, but Pikero is doing so well, just trying to hang with his buddy Dukey. Like, hey man, how's it going?
Yeah, he's sticking to him pretty good actually. That perfect was well deserved. Great chase down entirely in that round from Pikero.
Oh, what an interaction.
And I like that. Changing up the timing significantly. Now going for a little bit of throws here.
Oh my goodness. Oh, and there you go, the grab. Pikero sitting in the corner, but dashes out. Very smart.
EX head press. The stomps, I should say. Yeah, you can't get out of that. You have to hold that. One of the changes.
Tries to dash in. Oh my goodness. Wakes up in B trigger activations.
Bomb has been planted. Now it's up to Dukey to see how he's going to get it off, but no! Pikero pinched it out with the stand light kick. The stand light kick to interrupt.
Pikero ain't done yet. He ain't done yet.
Not even close. Hanging in there by so little. That standing light kick was all he needed, and he found the mark. The great interruption there against Dukey.
You know, and just, of course, like earlier where Pikero was just doing his best, just trying to stay grounded with Dukey, and he just did so well with it. Carried it and moved on. Here we go. 1-1.
What a neutral jump in anticipation of the slide.
Crush
Again,
counter.
you cannot V-shift against this man once he has the Psycho Axe out of there. Pikero.
Hiya.
The throw, again, mixing up the timing between frame traps and throws, keeping it ambiguous. Another throw for another perfect on the board. Pikero looking to eliminate Dukey right here and now.
Staying so consistent, but of course, Dukey still has a chance. Still trying to find that momentum. Whoa, just literally stands there and gets grabbed by Pikero, though.
Again, Dukey on the defensive end. He's just trying to get away from Pikero while Pikero is just trying to flush him out right now. Just taking advantage of the life lead, but still moving on in.
And I see that Pikero just tried to stop something. Okay, here we go. Here's the momentum that Dukey wanted.
Oh boy. The back jump is all he needed. Jump in the corner, I should say. Pikero now back throw. Psycho Axe. No, it's a jump instead. Excellent time to V reversal.
Whoa, stops it.
Oh, the chase down again from Pikero. Oh, cross frames. Hold that. One more touch.
What an anti-air!
It still exists. Oh boy.
And here we go. Dukey with that momentum, but doesn't have it anymore. Pikero closes it out with the jab.
The stand jab, the slight interruption there from Dukey. I don't know what that last sequence was, but he dashed up, right, trying to close the gap immediately, but then walked a little bit too far forward at the wrong time. He tried to get it. But that means Pikero is our next player into the top 8. Big congratulations, eliminating Dukey.
But then, of course, you know, we've seen Dukey get into top 16. Very, very strong Bison player. But
Without
of
a
course, but of course, Pikero was able to just reign on and get to top 8 from losers too.
There was just something that clicked with Pikero in terms of offense, right? We saw him kind of change it up. We didn't see him trying to mask his charges like we usually do in the last couple of rounds that he's played. He just went full offense. It was big mixes between getting the frame traps going and getting a throw. Primarily, he went for the throw and didn't even have to change it as much.
Yeah, that is true. And, you know, and it's also unfortunate too because right when Dukey was able to tie it up against Pikero, he's like, all right, I got to do my thing. But again, you know, we know Pikero is a well-known player from South America, but he was able to close it out. Very strong too. Oh my gosh.
Super impressive play from both players, honestly. But only one Bison is able to advance out of the entirety of top 16, really. So he's the lone Bison player now, hailing from Peru. But again, there's a good amount of other Peruvians still in the mix, right? We still have plenty more to see. As you saw in the loser side, we still have Patata, Veloz versus Darlin. We have Gonta versus Mysterio. And then Black Zero versus Chaos. All that and plenty more. So when we return, you do not want to miss the rest of the South America West qualifier because things are heating up. We will see you very shortly.
without stop.
The main event!
Fight!
Line it up. What a power to the earth! See what I'm really made of.
Uh-oh. Pleased to meet you.
The honor was mine. I'll settle that.
I'm shaking here.
Bow down before my psycho power.
It's the final lap here for the top 16 of the Capcom Pro Tour for the South America West qualifier number 1. Vicious here with special guest UIU's own Marine on the commentary. Been doing a killer job so far, about as much as these guys have been performing, honestly. Again, it's been pretty top-notch thus far, and I'm pretty curious to see who's going to solidify the rest of those top 8 spots.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, of course, we got some of the matches coming at you guys here. And just to recap from this bracket, as you can see, that Pikero did make it to top 8.
Yeah, we saw that towards the end, before the break, going up against Dukey in the Bison mirror match. I feel like it still could have gone either way with how close each of the rounds went.
Yes, definitely. So, of course, we do have Mysterio, Gauntha, Chaos, and Black Zero. Or we also have Darlan and Patata. Forgive me for that. I totally forgot about that.
We were setting it up for what's going to happen right now. Again, Darlan versus Patata Veloz is exactly what you would expect. Patata, actually, both players hailing from Peru. Darlan was sent to loser side via Frozen, playing that Nash, right? So we're going to see Darlan versus Patata. It's going to be Akuma versus Cammy, a match we saw, I feel like, last week. There was at least one of those matches.
It's like flashbacks.
So. I mean, it's a very common scenario, I feel like, Cammy versus Akuma. Yeah. So we are going to be expecting that. Now, tell me a little bit about what you're expecting in this matchup. I mean, it's going to be pretty high octane, without a doubt. But we're talking about character specifics. When we're talking about like Cammy versus Akuma, like what are your expectations here when it comes to this matchup?
Of course, both characters utilizing great tools that they have. And of course, Akuma's still at the top tier. Cammy, of course, she got nerfed, but she's still good though. After seeing Patata,
super good.
Yeah, and then like after seeing Cammy, Patata's Cammy, we've seen how strong he is and how like committed he is. But of course, Darlan has been committed as well. We've seen how strong his Akuma is, and wow, it's definitely going to be a wild ride.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. It's going to be curious. I'm very curious to see how this is going to play out between these two because Darlan is the only Akuma player amongst us right now, I feel like. And then I'm looking at
so surprising.
I'm looking at how many other Cammy players are left. I feel like, yeah, Patata is the only one, right?
One of a kind.
I mean, one of a kind. I don't know about all that.
Well, no, of course, like I said, when we saw Patata play Cammy and he was able to do the raw DP into a critical art,
that was different. In terms of that, bro, one of a kind for sure. In terms of like the strategy being involved, I could see that.
Yes.
But there's a plethora of Cammy players out there, and I feel like Akuma too. To be honest with you, they're very popular characters. They're very strong and very popular.
But like I said, it's so interesting to see just Akuma and just Cammy in the bracket, and they're the only characters in the bracket.
They have to face off against each other. I mean, is that poetic justice? I don't know.
Could be.
I don't know if that works out. Either way, we're gonna see how this works out. Who's gonna move on into top 8 and who will be eliminated between Darlan and Patata Veloz.
And of course, both players playing very patient, and Darlan is able to fish the thing out, but Patata gets a hit confirmed.
Big hit confirmed, but misses opportunity for immediate. I think he whipped the grab a little bit too early. Darlan didn't really make any big moves out of that, but here comes a big move right now. Big conversion after catching medium punch.
Oh, great counter hit from Patata. Gets the grab, slowly puts Darlan in the corner.
He's slowly trying to, but Darlan has done a great job of pushing it back.
Oh, and no anti-air from Patata.
It's tough. There's the activation route after the fireball. Hold all this damage, hold all these mix. A little bit too high off the mark, and Patata knew it, absolutely. Trigger of his own, incoming. I feel like he tried to chase it down. There was an attempt at a dive kick, but it didn't come out. Slight error.
Oh, it hits, and that's going to kill.
He was so smart, too. Yes. Did you see the angle that he came in? Converted with the stand jab into the spiral arrow afterwards. Great awareness from Patata. I'm really digging that.
And Darlan, of course, has the opportunity to use critical arts. But of course, Patata is trying to stay patient, but jumps in. Darlan gets an anti-air. Oh, no, this is going to hurt. Side switch, I really like that idea.
Oh, yeah, you have to take advantage of that scenario, right? You're going to deal a lot of damage, but why not position yourself at a very advantageous position, keeping Akuma locked in the corner, just having to hold the offensive pressure that Cammy presents afterwards.
And of course, Patata, trying to get some leg room, activates V-trigger.
I forgot you can't EX spiral arrow through projectiles anymore. Or at least it's going to be a lot harder. It's going to be a lot harder to do, I should say. So he has to hold that. Oh, not for long, though.
Oh, I like the dash underneath. Doesn't want to take any chances with Darlan. Still has V-trigger activation. Critical arts!
A big punish against the stand medium kick. He knows the frame data.
All right, just uses the last bit of the V-trigger, and Patata is standing in a really
That's
good...
more than enough.
Standing in a really good position, was able to get 1-0 against Darlan. So strong.
In a clean fashion. Yes. 2 rounds straight. Again, it was pretty close in the first round. Darlan was doing a great job of kind of picking and choosing his spots for offense and getting a couple of conversions, right? And leads to Oki. But again, Patata is just, he was 100% on it. The awareness was absolutely keen. He knew exactly what he was trying to go for against Akuma.
100%.
And I always forget about the fact that EX Spiral Arrow did get nerfed. They took out the projectile invulnerability and moved it to later frames. They didn't take it out completely. They just moved it to later frames.
And there you go with the anti-air. Very strong from Patata. Darlon still trying to find something here. Ooh. Oh, right there, but wasn't prepared for it.
Ooh. And the sticky side switch.
Oh no! Drops the combo though.
No, he meant to go for the lift combination, but I think he went up back instead of just back.
It's okay. Patata's still in great form, but Darlon is saying, don't count me out yet. Really close to V-trigger activation for Darlon as well if he blocks a hit.
Oh, gets the cross-up, but here comes Darlon, gets a full activation.
So ready for that.
The corner carry as well. Not a piece of trigger spent, but Patata dropped it.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Dropped Patata, no. Okay.
Here we go with the pressure. Double shimmy. Darlon is so patient.
Oh, but for how long? And what a smart choice to end it the way that he did, spending the bar. I feel like regular Spiral Arrow wouldn't have been enough.
Sure, right. And of course, you know, Patata can build up that meter again.
Oh yeah, he's totally cool with that. Darlon, again, has been sitting on this critical art now. Does spend EX Fireball to kind of check Patata. Get a little bit of damage, but here comes the
stops the
interruption.
fireball, yes. EXDP, go for the commitment. Know that if you want to get out there, just do it. Oh, low forward, no confirm, but then we get the trade afterwards.
And we're starting to see the checks there from Patata. Oh, on the way down, I like that. No anti-air. But it's so difficult when Cammy can just change your trajectory. Trigger is on deck for Cammy. Ooh.
Oh my gosh, it's just so close here. Patata activates V-trigger, does get critical arts ready to go. But Darlon is trying to inch away, trying to find ways to... Oh, that's going to be a punish.
Huge. You're going to spend it.
Yep,
you got to spend it.
Is that going to kill? Yes, it is. What am I saying? Of course it's going to kill.
I was going to say, I thought it wasn't. I thought she was going to move by.
Or like have like a little sliver of health.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Maybe, but either way. What a way to spend it. Getting the second round, hanging in there too. Not quite out of it yet. Patata, however, has full critical art on deck. If he spends it early, he's going to be in a really advantageous position.
Oh, and no anti-air from Darlon. I'm just a little frightened, but Patata is still keeping that pressure. Goes for his second grab.
Oh. A lot of critical art on deck for Patata still. Any solid confirm could lead to critical art and an Oki situation, which could lead further into death. But Darlon, again, just fighting his way out of the corner so well. He's done that numerous times throughout this set.
Oh, goes for a crossover. Darlon tries to punish as Patata lands.
Yeah, still manages to get the back throw. Or excuse me, the forward throw. My mistake. Activation there from the crouching. Oh, you know, that had to be a dive kick error.
That's okay. He didn't take any damage. Oh my gosh. Yep, that's going to cost you. Oh!
Okay, this is still pretty crucial. Oh boy, he missed it for the third time in a row. Slam him down, not quite dead.
Sliver health.
You still have trigger on deck. Patata could still make something happen.
Dashes up, uses Patata's face to hit the fireball. Darlon is still alive in this.
I like that. Yes. Nice and easy too. That could have been super dangerous if he threw out the fireball and if Patata was just hanging back. Could have just activated critical art right then and there.
Exactly. And, you know, of course, Patata almost had, you know, just a little bit of V-trigger just to use that option to get in and then hopefully try to get, you know, Darlon to either, like, try to tech grab or whatever. But Darlon still alive.
I'm liking this. It's down to the wire yet again. Here we go. Darlon now opting to use red fireball a little bit more in the neutral phase of the game.
And Darlon's starting out so strong, too.
Yes.
One more hits.
Excellent attack there. And a good choice to V-reversal, considering that forward heavy punch is minus.
And of course, Darlon has the life lead here. Does not want to commit to anything yet, but he is slowly inching himself into the corner. Oh, I like that. He tried to chase it down. Oh, okay.
Not quite the confirm, but I mean, he still got the V skill off, crush counter, and then confirmed after that. I really like the usage of V-Skill this time around.
What
and
a
the
whip punish.
activation. No throw for you. Darlin checking the dashes yet again. The movement has been checked numerous times so far. But too far to convert.
So smart from Darlin. Still keeping Patata in the corner. I don't want you to go anywhere. I'm going to have you sit right here.
Man, this is a huge turnaround for Darlin. Now looking at match point. Very impressive play again.
Again, but doesn't get the punish though.
Really utilizing that V skill. I felt like he was going to be just in time, but he had to recover from the V skill. I felt like if he went for the follow-up, it would have punished.
Goes for the counter hit. It was really good for Darlin, but Patata.
No choice for the V reversal that time. Opted for the throw, but Darlin backdash to safety. Still maintaining this corner pressure. Checking with the lows as Patata, but still trying to find an opening. Hasn't found it yet. There it is.
Patata is going very, very strong here. Blocks the EX air fireballs.
And again, still trying to find the opening from Darlin. This dashes in as Patata, though. Is this more than enough? Yes, it is.
I like that. I was hoping that he would use critical art, but he is so confident to just use a bar to close out the round. Both are sitting at match points. It can be anyone's game.
And considering the meter down below, Darlin does have a slight advantage with one bar. That was still within range. I like that from Patata. What nerf?
And of course, back to phase one where we're trying to fish something out, but Darlin was able to punish Patata as he lands.
Very smart. Excellent choice of meter there from Patata. That's right. Yeah, using that EXDP at the right moment. Now a little hungry for bar, but Darlin's still sitting on full critical art.
Oh my goodness. And you gotta be careful because Darlin does have critical art on deck. Patata still trying to slowly get in there. Crosses over again.
Oh, the cross-cut DP. He's gonna spend it now.
That's a lot of damage.
Yep. And willing to throw out the fireballs, right? He sets the reaction.
Again!
Yeah, from that far out, you're able to get it.
Both on V-trigger activation.
Oh, and there's the activation from Darlin as well.
V-trigger activation
time.
Some action! Oh,
he dropped it! He dropped it! Hot Patata! Hot Patata! He dropped it! Darlin eliminates him! I can't believe it. He got the dive kick to hit. He got the dive kick to hit. Missed the follow-up. He dropped the Patata. No. Darlin moving on in a very, very great situation for him.
That was such a scary interaction because, you know, both were trading, both were in V-trigger, and they were just like trying to put something out there in order to have it their turn. You know what I mean?
Right.
Man, oh my god. And of course, Darlin gets a spot in top 8. Congratulations to Darlin, and thank you so much for entering the tournament, Patata. Appreciate seeing your Cammy. But don't back down yet because we still have Mysterio, Gonta, Chaos, and Black Zero.
So Cammy has been eliminated from the top 16. But to take her place is an Akuma. Not bad. Not bad. Pretty solid trade-off. Gonta versus Mysterio is what we could expect next. For the most part, we saw Gonta rock that Colleen. Mysterio also using Colleen. So it's going to be very interesting to see another mirror match.
But then again, you have to remember that Gonta also plays Rashid as well. So maybe Gonta doesn't want to play the mirror match, wants to play Rashid. But again, you know, like we can definitely see some really cool things in the mirror match. I kind of want to say Gonta might go with Rashid. You know, because maybe he doesn't want to deal with the mirror match. You know what I mean?
Probably. I mean, for the most part, I kind of want to see it just to see who's the better Colleen player. I think there's a little bit of pride on the line when it comes to something like that.
Like, this is my character.
Yeah.
Don't use her, you know?
That'd be funny if somebody stole the other person's costume, too. Just like, hey, I knew which one you were going to pick. It's mine now.
Yeah, because like I know that if you pick like the same costume with the same color, you get like a different, or like I think second player gets like a different color.
It leads you to default, essentially, yeah.
That'd be so funny if that actually happened.
We'll see what happens. So again, this is what we could possibly expect, but we wouldn't be surprised if Gonta pulls out the Rashid because that is exactly who the other character that he's presented, or at least told us who he's going to pick, right? But for the most part, we've seen that Colleen play where he eliminated PXLM3 with a big comeback, by the way. He was at a slight deficit for a majority of the round, but still managed to take it away from PX. And on the other hand, Mysterio, he was sent down into losers pretty early. The second game of the day against Young Ho's Birdie. Right?
Yeah, definitely.
So we're gonna see how that works out.
Yeah, 100%. And of course, I know we also have I forgot the other two. Oh my gosh, I'm like brain farting right now.
Who for
losers bracket?
the
rest of the losers
yes, we do
bracket.
have Black Zero going up against Chaos.
Chaos,
as well. That's gonna be
okay.
happening
oh my
a little
goodness.
later. Yeah, that's gonna be what Cutting versus Ed. A match we rarely even see.
I've never really seen that matchup. You know, obviously you would probably see some sort of matchup like that if you were to play online or something.
Sure,
but
sure.
not in like a CPT. I could be wrong. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's also really exciting to see that.
Mm-hmm. So if we see the Colleen versus Colleen matchup, I kind of want to see which V-set both players are going to work with.
That is true.
I feel like there hasn't been significant time for Colleen players to really change up their strategy because as you can see there, V-Skill 1 is the choice and V-Trigger 2 also the choice for both players.
Yes, and guys, we are going to see the mirror match. It looks like Gonta isn't going to go with Rashid. This will be fun. Just like the Bison mirror match, we get to see a Colleen mirror match. Who can throw a roundhouse first?
I'm expecting the Fierces. There it is.
Yes,
yeah.
the Fierce. Such a good button.
And I like that just within the range to not get punished. And they're just doing it back and forth. I like that. It is -4, so they're trying to get these punishes off. Man, there's a lot of
I got
a lot
ice
of
hands.
Parabellums.
You got ice hands. Oh, goes for the neutral jump. Doesn't get a hit. Mysterio going with the V-trigger activation.
I like that interruption there from Gonta. What's the trigger activation route? Big tech there from the side of Mysterio. Trigger is winding down now. Gonta with the defense and the counter hit activation off low medium kick. Here we go. Another interruption.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, the Fierce was going to hit sooner or later.
And sitting at a sliver health too. This is really scary.
He's going to let it hail? Yeah. Just to kind of check the movement against Mysterio.
And again, yeah, Mysterio does have V-trigger on deck. Activates it.
Oh, he baited that. He baited that 100%. The reset, the throw would have killed. Oh, and
Still
he caught
kills.
the vanity
Still
stab.
kills. Oh my goodness.
Oh, ice cold.
And back to phase 1, fishing out with the Fierce. Goes for the grab and tries to go for his setup.
Again, just trying to fish for these back roundhouses from both players. Mysterio is looking
Whoa,
for the whip punish.
There we go.
I'm liking that a lot. Here comes the icicle. On the way down.
Now fall.
Rock bottom. Here's the check. Vanity step.
Oh, here we go. Yes, that's the answer that I'm looking for. Just to get out of this situation.
Way. Again. Mysterio is not phased at all by the wake-up options. He's going to be pressing button on wake-up if you're not going to meet him. Oh, man. V-skill right past the icicles for the hail.
Oh, no, that's going to be a punish. This is going to hurt. This is going to give Gonza.
Reset! Side switch. So tricky. Moving himself forward on landing.
Now fall. One more hit and it could be stunned. Goes for the overhead.
But, oh no.
My gosh.
Did he try to move? I think he caught him moving. That was a big call out from the side of Mysterio. That back roundhouse has hefty startup on it. Parabellum being negative. Again, he wasn't going to be able to punish that within that range, but he caught Gonta moving away.
Exactly. Man, that is such a sticky
moving
situation.
Forward, actually, because if he was moving away, he would have blocked. My mistake. But moving towards him. So scary. I don't know.
Hey, we're moving towards the next round here, next match.
Oh, the fear.
Start with the crush counter.
Oh, another
crush
one.
counter. Yo, is this a crush counter battle? I'm
I
about
like
it.
that. They're going for each other right now. Okay. More Parabellums. Ice cold, you know. I go for broke. Oh, here we go. No joke. Oh, the sweep activation now from Mysterio. EX Parabellum going to be moving way more towards the corner. Another Parabellum for the ender.
Yeah, and it's
Forward
a really
thrower.
great corner carry here. And oh my gosh, if the grab escapes. That's very smart.
I like the chase down. Another standing heavy punch connects. Is it going to be the stun? You already know it is. Mysterio now looking at match point to take it away from Gonta.
And of course, Gonta kind of has a lead in this round because he has all those resources ready to use them anytime. But it's a matter of time because Mysterio is sitting on match points.
So good at whiff punishing these
definitely.
misplaced normals. Rock bottom. Big counter hit, or excuse me, decent counter hit conversion there from Gonta. He's still trying to fight his way out of the corner, but Mysterio giving him a lot of space to spot out the errors.
And back to phase one, just trying to defeat these, but Gonta found an opening.
Oh, that could have been huge, but missed the opportunity to punish the sweep on the way down.
And I like how Gonta just did the delay rise, does not want to deal with the mix-up.
Oh, there's a neutral jump. I like that. Sweep to Parabellum Ender. There's
Feel
the activation.
yourself.
Yeah, he's checking. He's throwing out the nice anti-air
Trade.
in the face of danger. Mysterio still willing to go in.
The interruption, but no conversion or combos. Come on. This is so scary. Jumps back.
Very, very smart. Way to neutralize that attempt towards EX Vanity step. Just jump back jab. Nice and easy, right? With the extended range, it was an excellent choice from Gonta. Tying it up here in game number 2. Does not want to whiff a button because Mysterio is looking for it. And dash is the key right there.
Oh, the roundhouse.
nasty.
There we go with the fierce. It's a roundhouse fierce battle.
I mean, it's Colleen. It's what we could expect.
Exactly.
Big whiff punish from the side of Gonta. Moving towards the corner now. Parabellum Ender yet again. This time gets the counter hit. Checking Mysterio's buttons. Back to back. This is going to be great. Has enough meter to close the round out with a perfect.
Gonta is still alive, still kicking. Of course, you know, he wants to be able to win against Mysterio. And see, he was able to get a match off of them. So it is going to be 1-1. This is like a really close, even though it's like a mirror match too, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. You know, just seeing how they both utilize their normals and utilize their meter. It's like again, you know, it's a roller coaster.
You're talking about the utilization of normals, right? Mysterio has done a great job of making it clear that he's going to be whiff punishing you.
For sure.
He's created that space for himself and is trying to use that momentum against Gonta. Gonta has been kind of button heavy for the first part of these rounds here, but it's changed it up significantly. And again, really changing the mix-ups as to when and how he wants to get in.
For sure. He jumps over, lands, no punish. Oh, go with the counter hit. This is going to be a great corner for Gonta. Ooh, feel yourself. Low forward, V-trigger activation. Yikes.
I like the use of V-shift there. Does not have access to V-trigger, but it's fine. Gets to neutralize the pressure from the V-trigger. I'm liking this a lot, but here comes Mysterio.
Now fall.
Not quite there for stun. Oh, the interruption. This is huge. Huge for Gonta. Mysterio is looking for that dash. That's hence why he neutral jump again.
Oh my gosh, this is just so scary because Mysterio doesn't have any resources, but Gonta is just so confident, so ready to open anything up here.
Oh.
All right, we're just kind of dancing.
Forward throw.
Oh, this is going to be so scary. Goes for the check.
This is huge.
Oh,
no, he dropped it.
Wakes up Chip.
Oh. No, not at this stage of the game.
Oh my god.
Not at this stage of the game. Mysterio yet again at match point.
Yo, my palms are sweaty right now.
Knees weak, arms are heavy. Here we go. Gonta now in pursuit.
Wow. Oh, grabs the parry. So confident. Getting that stun here.
Not quite. And he gets it.
We've seen Gonta do all those overheads. You never know when they're going to happen.
Oh, no.
Feel yourself. Okay.
I thought he was going to go for a dash in, but still, Mysterio now, he's at a very big life deficit. He's going to take that throw, and that's fine. If he does it again, that's all right. Now it nullifies the trigger threat. Jump back jab to reset. Trigger of his own. Gonta again.
One?
Oh, no. EX Parabellum. Reset. Same side. Forward throw. Can Mysterio make a comeback with 2 more bars left? Gonta needs one hit. And it's the startup of the hail that catches the normal.
Gonta's still alive. Both sitting on match points. Oh, my God.
Very, very close set between the two. Mysterio still sitting at 2 1/3 bar. Gonta, again, finding great creative ways to catch Mysterio off guard in these openings.
And again, just trying to fish things out, whether it be a roundhouse or a fierce. Oh! Great confirm by Mysterio. Bringing Gonta into the corner. This is going to be really scary because Mysterio does have the life lead.
Yes, yes, he does. And again, applying that pressure. No interruption. Tried to, but I guess... Oh, actually, no. Just sat there and blocked instead. Here comes the trigger from the side of Gonta. Ooh. Big time parry, and I like that. Mysterio's shown that card a lot, by the way. The neutral jumps. Gonta was well aware.
Okay, and there we go with the opportunity from Gonta. Does have critical art on deck. This is going to be really scary. Now doesn't have it.
Great
That's okay.
Great tick throw opportunity there. Big tech. Trigger activation should be coming soon from the side of Mysterio. No! Goes for the reversal. Gonta gets the punish. Vanity step, a little overzealous on that. Mysterio runs into the neutral jump roundhouse. And he's eliminated.
And there you guys have it. That's the Colleen mirror match. That is so scary because, you know, like I said earlier, it's like a fierce roundhouse battle. But Gonta was able to just surpass Mysterio and win 2-1.
The neutral jump. He ran.
That was sick. That was sick. Yeah.
Right into the neutral jump. Oh, that's just unfortunate timing.
Definitely gonna sting.
The one time he dashed in to try to steal a turn is just right into the head. That's really unfortunate for Mysterio, but great for Gonta. Again, Gonta
for sure
showing great adaptation throughout each and every one of those rounds and proved to be the better Colleen today. But still, shout outs to Mysterio.
Thank you so much for, you know, of course, entering and seeing your awesome Colleen. Seriously. But of course, you know, Gonta has moved on to top 8, gets a spot for himself. And yeah, next we do have Chaos and Black Zero.
That is correct. That is correct.
This is going to be so hype.
Two Chileans going up against each other in round number 2. And all the loser side, though, it's been an all Peru affair, actually, because with Pikero, Darlin, and now Gonta. Mysterio was the only other Chilean player, so it could have balanced out. But for the most part, it's 3 Peruvians down below in loser side, and then again, Black Zero versus Chaos is what we could expect next. Black Zero rocking that Karin that went up against Moise, using that Laura. Chaos we saw at the top of the hour top of the show, rocking Ed.
Okay, no, that is true. Yeah, because Black Zero, and then we have oh my gosh, I just believe that. I'm having a brain fart again.
Talk to me about it. Talk to me a little bit about it. Give me some words here so that I can bounce off of the idea. But if not, I will say this.
No, yeah, go ahead. You
Chaos.
do it.
So Chaos had a pretty impressive start in the beginning, but Nero really kept on the pressure with some of the Balrog mix-ups after using that V-skill, utilizing that V-skill pretty well whilst in V-trigger. Even so, catching meaties too, the V-skill overheads. But for the most part, Chaos, I feel like he does have what it takes. He's just been so preoccupied with keeping himself out of the corner using Psycho Knuckle for the most part.
Yes, the flicker is just so strong.
And the flicker too, yeah. So again, he puts himself out of the corner, but he leaves himself negative. There were so many instances where he got caught pressing a button afterwards. There were numerous counter hits if you paid close attention to the first game between Chaos and Nero. I kind of want to see if Chaos is going to be cleaning it up a little bit once he gets out of the corner. He has to understand that it's no longer his turn after that Psycho Knuckle. So we'll see if he keeps that in mind, because Black Zero, if he manages to get any sort of counter hit conversion with Karen, that's going to lead to a couple of things, right? A gang of damage, a good amount of meter built up, stun, as well as corner positioning, right? Because there's a lot of carry. There's a lot of carry from the combos that Karen has, whether it be like just from Tenko into V-skill, whether it be just from Tenko into the shoulder. There's a lot of possibilities to get into the corner quick.
All right, exactly. And let's see who will carry the most into top 8. So Chaos just going on strong. Oh, neutral jump. Strike. Oh, and there we go. Great opportunity from Black Zero. Goes for the grab.
Yeah, but now in this reset position, there's the roundhouse activation into V-trigger. Here comes Black Zero. Spent a little bit of the trigger, a good amount of the trigger already. Forward throw now.
Oh, a trade.
An excellent trade. Chaos is going to take that. Oh, no.
I was hoping that Black Zero was going to grab, but it's not going to work out.
There's the Psycho Upper. Oh.
Rush counter. This is going to hurt. But of course, it is going to scale. It's going to put Black Zero in a very, very tricky situation.
Oh.
Goes for the grab. And Dunzo. Wow.
Yeah, he had to be aware of that Destiny aerial, but I mean, while in V-trigger too, it's kind of hard to just hold all that. It's very tough. Big bumper. He ran into it, actually.
And this is really good for Black Zero, starting out strong. Also have critical art on deck. Both critical art on deck.
I like that. Close to stun.
Oh, I like the challenge from Chaos. Does not want to get stunned.
And Psycho Knuckle tries to get out of the corner. Successfully does so, actually. He still pressed a button?
Black Zero is confident. You know he's confident.
You still pressed a button after that? After your guard was broken?
Might as well, you know, like you're about to get hit, so might as well press a button.
I mean, she can still block. She can still block. Oh, nice.
So patient. No confirm. Okay. Oh, doesn't stop from dash. Oh, goes for the flicker. Jump reset.
I think that was just enough to build that V trigger. Here it comes. Chaos now. Excellent V reversal.
And of course, Black Zero is just trying to keep Chaos in the corner, but Chaos is out of there. See you later.
There's the break. Yeah. Big throw escape from the side of Black Zero. Oh.
Oh no, missing flicker?
Yeah, definitely not what he wanted.
Black Zero does have V meter too. Oh my god, V reversal, but that is so unfortunate.
You know, we forgot to highlight how Black Zero really likes that Rasenha option.
That is true. Yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of taken him out a couple of times against Moise. And now we see it a little bit more, right? We see the timing that he chooses. He tries to keep it unpredictable, but it's the moments where Chaos is still able to block and safely pressure. He doesn't have to commit to any sort of strings, right? He walked up and then blocked immediately after. So that was a tough time to use that EX Rasenha, trying to catch a normal. And Chaos is going to take the most of game number 1.
Yeah, let's see if Black Zero does learn from his mistakes. Gosh, see, like the flickers are so on point.
Yeah.
Psycho Knuckle on the other side.
Back into the corner still. Well, I mean, towards the corner, I should say.
Black Zero just keeping Chaos grounded. Does not want to lose the opportunity.
Oh, tricky movement here, but Chaos is not going to budge. Instead, gets a full activation. Route into, and if you jump low now, here comes Jacker Fool.
This is going to be so scary for Black Zero. Sliver, stun bar, tech grab.
What a time to tech.
Oh!
It's tough. It's tough. You got to hold that.
Yeah, and also it's just really scary because obviously Black Zero wanted to utilize the V trigger and activation just to get ahead. Goes for the crush counter. Great start for Black Zero.
Fishing away. Oh, I like the choice of the flicker there. Low medium kick again. Really starting to add on layers to it.
Grabs again. Black Zero's been very successful in grabbing that. Ooh, anti-air trade.
Big trade off. And here comes Chaos. Gets Oki after that. Back to the EX Cycle upper finisher. And now flickering away.
Be on your guard. It looked like Black Zero tried to activate V-Trigger, but Chaos interrupted him.
I'm liking that. Just dashing up, catching the empty jump low. Or she was just low in general. And the disrespect.
That is the Ed special. That's the Ed special. You just stand there. Psycho upper.
That was 2 games?
Yes.
That was 2 games. The last bit of that set, you're going to walk up EX Psycho upper?
He's like, hey, Psycho upper. Man. Wow.
I don't know, man.
Wow. And you know, like, of course, Chaos, you know, he was very committed, you know, he stuck to his game plan because he knows that if he sticks to his game plan, of course, he can make changes here and there, but he was just so strong and, of course, very committed to his Psycho uppers. But then again, Black Zero, of course, tried to close in the gap, but Black Zero was just so strong in, you know, closing the gap first.
Yeah, there were a couple of times where we saw a few missteps from the side of Black Zero trying to move in after a flicker, right? Or even try to contest after a flicker. That's not going to happen, especially on hit. And I feel like Chaos did a very great job of checking that kind of movement. We see the kind of impatience that Black Zero kind of showed off a little bit because he played solid throughout the entirety of the set up until the moment he started getting hit a little bit more from flickers. It started doing a little bit more mental damage, if anything, and it caused a lot of significant openings for Chaos, or excuse me, yeah, for Chaos to take the set.
Yeah, 100%. And, you know, of course, Chaos really did well on just trying to stay next to Black Zero. Because, of course, he doesn't want to lose the opportunity. He doesn't want to, you know, try to figure something out, which he already has a game plan in deck. Man, what a showing. And that was like 2-0. That was 2-0.
That was 2-0. I thought it was going to go down to the wire. It looked that way with every single round, but that solidifies our top 8 for tomorrow. Let's take a look at what we could expect. As you see, we filled out the loser's side. Pikero versus Darlin. Gonta versus Chaos. That's going to be from the loser side. Let's see who's up above, just in case. To refresh your memory, we started off with Chaos versus Nero. Nero took it down 2-0. And then Young Ho versus Mysterio. Young Ho took it 2-1. So there it is. Nero versus Young Ho. And then down below, Darlin versus Frozen. That's what happened. Frozen took it down 2-1.
Self-cool and Frozen.
It is self-cool. Yeah. Thank you, Logan Sama. Good looking out. Self-cool took it down against Dukey 2-0. And that's who we see rounding up from the winner's side. Frozen versus self-cool. There's still pretty solid representation here throughout the entirety of South America West. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, and, you know, again, like, these players making top 16 and into top 8, they're killers. They're so strong, and they're able to push through against other strong players. And, of course, out of 186 players, it's been a journey. It's been a journey for these guys, and they definitely deserve it.
Oh, no, without a doubt. Again, being on a top 16 stage in the current atmosphere of the competitive scene, it is a big deal. Because, again, this could be life-changing. If you make it all the way to Capcom Cup, that is probably one of the best experiences as a competitor, right?
For sure.
It's every Street Fighter player dreams of being able to compete, let alone, or like winning a Capcom Cup, let alone competing in one, right? So, again, it's been very, very high-end throughout the entirety of the top 16. We're actually going to test you guys a little bit. I'm going to test Marine out and see who she remembers, or at least who stood out the most for her in our recap of the top 16. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with that recap.
You shouldn't only admire my work, but also concentrate a little more on your lessons, Mana. That wake you up? Let the spirit guide you. How's this for you? You must be careful. Messy one. Soul satellite! Satellite! What's the meaning of fate? You shall know. You should try to learn to use your power a little better.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen, for the South America West #1 qualifier here in the Capcom Pro Tour 2021. Vicious here with special guest Marine. We are about to break down what transpired in the top 16 for you all. In case you missed it, of course, there's another way to do that by checking out the VODs as well on all the streaming platforms that Capcom Fighters is on. Again, you guys do not want to miss any of the Street Fighter V action that's happening all weekend, right? We had Red Bull Kumite happening not too long ago. We have more of that going on tomorrow too. But on top of that, we have our top 8. But before we get into our top 8, let's take a look at our top 16 and how it all went down, please. So, as we go through what we're seeing here from the winner's side, we saw a handful of different characters. Marine, I got to ask you, which one of these matches stood out to you the most from the winner's side?
Honestly, seeing Frozen with his Nash come through was pretty freaking awesome.
I like that.
You know, like, of course, just reading the patch notes and, of course, watching all the tech on Twitter where we see Frozen come through with the Nash buffs and, of course, other Nash players as well. And, wow, what a showing from Frozen. That's probably, like, my favorite match.
I was actually going to say the same thing. Just being able to see a Nash in top 16 and some of the significant changes that he had to his kit, to just the way he plays in general, right, has been pretty significant. And we saw someone like Darlin fall a little short with Akuma. And it's unfortunate, but still, I got to say, it was very stellar the way that Frozen navigated the matchup and really taking advantage of the new tools.
And especially against Akuma, too, because you know how Akuma, he's a very strong character. And you think, like, when you see Akuma versus Nash, it's like, oh, obviously Akuma's going to win.
Gross.
But Frozen, Nash, he coming through, you know? He ain't here to play around. He's here to win.
That. Yeah, no, I mean, he's picking a great character to do so. It's a great time to be a Nash main. Let's take a look at the loser's side as well as we see which matches are some of our favorites. I feel like for this one, I'll start first, just in case you think I'm cheating. I'm going to predict for you as well, I think, Shaka versus Patata Veloz. It was the Dalsim versus Cammy match.
120%.
Nice! 2 for 2. I like that. So for the main reason is, we kind of prefaced it a little bit by saying, you know, Cammy got significant amount of nerfs, or so we thought. But also saying that Shaka's Dalsim also got a pretty solid buffs to like V-Trigger 2 as well, but that wasn't even the case. Even V-Trigger 1, I should say, got significant buffs. But we saw how that played out. Patata was still able to be the offensive monster with Cammy and shut down Shaka completely. We were actually just watching some of the replays as to what happened during one of the games where Shaka was still in stasis and Patata called it out with the critical art. In fact, there was a checkmate scenario there. Shaka came down with the Fierce. You could see the startup of it. So did punish that completely. And on top of that, Shaka still wasn't going to be safe enough to move out of the critical art with stasis on the way down.
Yeah, and you know, because like we were talking about it and we were just speculating, like, what the heck happened? Like, was he waiting to punish Dalsim as he lands, or Patata made it work? And it was crazy. It was crazy. You know, I really liked it, and it was so sick.
You know, I do that same kind of move at the same time. So again, those are some of the top 16 matches you could enjoy for yourselves as well by checking out the VOD, because they were absolutely insane for the most part. That Nash match in the winner's side, again, we highly encourage you guys to check it out. Frozen versus Frozen versus Darlin. Do not miss that. But we have our top 8 already solidified. Let's take a look at that bracket one more time. What you could expect tomorrow in the semifinals. Woo! Nero the Boxer versus Young Ho to start things off. Then it's Frozen versus Self Cool. I like the fact that two names are fighting off against each other. Frozen and Self Cool.
Cool yourself.
I like that. Then down below the loser side, who do we have there, Marine?
So it looks like we got Chaos, Gonta going head-to-head, and Darlon and Pikero. This is going to be a bloodbath. And of course, you know, like I said earlier, that top 16 was already a bloodbath. But top 8 is going to be even more of a bloodbath.
Oh, no, without a doubt. Now, I got to ask you, too, on top of everything that you've seen so far in top 16, what are your final thoughts going into the top 8?
My brain hurts, man.
It's hard, man. It's difficult. Like, yeah, calling out the action for sure. It's a whole different story.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, you know, we've seen so many awesome matches, and how we recapped, you know, Frozen and Patata. You know, their playstyle and everyone else's playstyle is just so strong, and you can see how they have their own like oomph to it. You know, like their own style. So. So this top 8 is going to be awesome. I'm super excited for that.
As you should be, because we have so much more Street Fighter V to go, not only in the top 8, but we also have plenty more events with Kumite happening tomorrow as well. You do not want to miss that. But on top of that, we have a very, very special event again going on next week. It's the CPT. Of course it is. It's going to be the Brazil region happening next week. I think the signups should be happening up very soon. Actually, they're already live. Registration closes May 24th. Do not miss that opportunity if you live in Brazil, okay? It's going to be happening next week right here. And if you guys want to check it out, capcom.us/Brazil1 is exactly where you need to go to register. Do not miss your chance at greatness and being part of the Capcom Pro Tour. Of course, after that, we have the Middle East region and rounding it out with the Europe West region. Do we get to see the UK boys back in town for that one? I hope so.
Yo, yeah, we got so much action going on in the next couple of weeks or so. And seriously, you guys are in for a treat. It's going to be great.
So much Street Fighter V action to go, but unfortunately, we do have to close it all out here. We do appreciate each and every one of you, Marine, holding it down. Good stuff today. We'll see you all for Top 8 right here tomorrow. Take care.
Bye, guys.